coming up.
Oh, yeah. Passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities, given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps.
Hello Friday, I've been waiting for you for a long time. You just saved me when my life came tumbling down, and I know you're gonna leave me. Hello Friday, I've been waiting for you for a long time.
All right, let's get to it. Happy Friday, everybody. We are live on the road today at Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort. It is a Hall of Fame Friday, and we got a Hall of Fame show coming up for you. It's going to be an absolute blast.
You got some good energy today.
Buddy, I'm feeling good.
Fired
good.
up. I walked up, pumped up. Said you got a good workout in. Hanging out with the boys last night.
Yeah.
Hanging out with them today.
Had a great din-din last night. Had a great time with the Hall of Famers here in the main line where we are located today. One of them joining us right off the top, one of our all-time favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the pride of Baytown, Texas, a newly minted Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame Hall of Famer, Clint Sterner, old number 14. In the house.
What's good, fellas?
Hey, buddy.
What's good? I'm gonna see if I can keep up with that energy, man. It was a night for me now.
Yeah.
Hey, them late nights with a 3-year-old in the bed, they're a little different than them ones when you're hunting in the streets, boy. It's a little different. So
he was out with Mama Hog last night too, celebrating his
yeah.
Hall of Fame. I don't know who was more excited about it, him or her, but it's going to be a couple of really fun days here. And so last night was awesome. We had a gathering here in the main line. Felix was here. Saw Rush Harding, a bunch of folks. Clint, obviously, and his fam. Got to meet your wife. It was funny. I walked up to her and I said, "Lauren," and she's like, "Yeah."
Oh, that's your first time?
I never met her.
Wow.
And I was like, and then I said my name and she recognized. She's like, "Oh, you're the little guy." I'm like, "Yeah, good to meet you."
Okay.
She is just as sweet as I thought she would be, man. You did good. I don't know how you pulled it off, but good work.
yeah, she's good people, man. You'll meet my in-laws are actually here. Mom and Dad are here tonight as well, and you'll understand where she got it from. At least her mom, anyway. Her old man don't say much, but her mama accent looks just like her.
That's
so,
good.
It was. I got lucky on that one, man. When I snatched her up, I said, "Well, I better keep this one around. They don't make many like this."
You'll meet mine here in a little bit. She's on her way, hanging out.
I met her. I don't remember where, a game or something somewhere. I've met her a time or two, but I'm looking forward to seeing her again for sure.
So we got Clint, Nancy Holthus, Todd Knight, J.B. Grimes, Tom Murphy, Zack, Gillham, Steve Asmussen, the trainers coming on. We got Felix Jones in the final hour today. We're going to do a little seminar here. I'm going to give him the ball. You're going to try to tackle
Who?
Felix.
Oh, I was about to say, give him one of these golf clubs.
We get a little tight space right
you
here.
Think you think he can make contact with a golf club?
You think Felix is a golfer?
I don't know. I don't see it.
I think he can make contact.
Yeah?
I don't think he's a golfer, but I think he can make contact.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
I saw him rolling through the casino with his crew last night, so I don't know if he was actually playing or just getting from A to B. But anyway, so we're going to talk about Razorback baseball. Big weekend for them. The Masters yesterday. We had great opening round for Justin Rose, who got off early this morning, and he is off to a solid start. He got a birdie on 2 and then bogeyed on 5, and so he's back to 7 under par, but he leads by 2. Auberg, a lot of people are on him. I was talking to my buddy last night. He's like, look out. He's the guy. He already has a birdie today on 3, so he's 5 under, 2 shots back. DeChambeau's right in the mix at 4 under. Scheffler had a solid opening day. There are a few guys that were notables, like Garcia, former winner, and Zack Johnson, former winner, and Rory, who wants to be a former winner, all at even par through 1. They're going to play later this afternoon. Those guys are teeing off a little bit later. But anyway, it was a great opening day. Looking forward to watching that. Got live racing here at Oaklawn today, and, of course, we're talking about tomorrow's racing because Torpedo Anna, the horse of the year, is back on the track tomorrow. So she's what do we say, 3 to 5?
2 to 5.
I mean, she's a huge favorite.
It's hard to win money on that.
Sure
Break
is.
that down, 3 to 5, 2 to 5. Make that.
I mean, I can't make it make sense. I don't know what that pays, but it ain't going to be a whole lot. But you'll make more than, you won't lose money if she wins. But
2 to 5, 3 to 5. Which one is a bigger favorite?
2 to 5.
2 to 5.
Yeah. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah, like if it was 5 to 5, even money, that's an incredibly heavy favorite.
Okay.
But she's 4 to 5, 3 to 5, 2 to 5.
Okay.
She may go off at 1 to 5. Wow. She may go off at 0 to 5. I don't know. But she is she's going to be a huge favorite tomorrow. So I would say, yeah, enjoy the ride, watch it happen, enjoy the greatness. It's like we're celebrating Hall of Famers tonight. Enjoy that horse performance because, look, I wouldn't say everybody's playing for second, but I think generally that's probably going to be the thinking going into tomorrow.
Isn't that wild, Justin, the way we were here for the Hall of Fame, one of the Hall of Fame events. They do a little weekend.
A few weeks ago, yeah.
A month ago, a few weeks ago. And I didn't know. I was just here for that and said, yeah, they dedicated a race. It was really cool, honor. And the buzz in the building was kind of like, no pun intended, but the buzz in the building was kind of, I was like, man, this ain't no normal day. What the hell's going on? And so I started asking around. One horse in the 10th or 11th race. I don't even remember the name, but apparently it's one that's.
It was probably Torpedo Anna. She ran here in a previous race, too.
So that was probably it.
That was the buzz, yes.
But it's crazy how just one horse like that, who was obviously going to win, assuming she stayed healthy, finished the cross line, the finish line healthy.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to be here when there's either a big race with multiple horses or just one horse is in the building. You can literally feel the buzz in the building of the people that do this on the daily.
There are a lot of people in town. This is about as crowded. It was hard to find a room. I mean, Oaklawn sold out. I would try to get one at Hotel Hot Springs where I normally stay. Couldn't get in there.
Sold out?
Yeah. I mean, they ended up coming up with one last minute, but I'd already booked somewhere else. But there's a lot of buzz, obviously, with the Hall of Fame tonight, the banquet, and then the racing this weekend. $1.25 million for the race that Torpedo Anna's running in this weekend, and then you got the Count Fleet, which is a sprint for $500,000. So I mean, the money's insane. But let's talk about you. Well, we got you here for a couple minutes before we dive into baseball and some other things. So it's finally here, and you've known for a while, obviously, but now that it's about to happen, last night was kind of the lead up to it. What's the feeling going into the Hall of Fame weekend here?
Well, I mean, it's more of a numb feeling for me. I mean, I've just never been one to think of myself as a Hall of Famer, or I mean, I knew I played some pretty good ball and had a good career, that kind of thing. But to sit back and go, boy, I'm a Hall of Famer. I should be a Hall of Famer. I should be this. I should be recognized. And I just never have been one to even waste the time or spend the time thinking like that. And so to actually be here, man, is really, really cool. It's a huge honor. Obviously, I've got about 30 people, 32 counting my 2 little girls, but 30 people that were supporting me and making the 9-hour drive from Baytown up here when I was playing and spending their money, which I got a little different point of view now that you got kids and you got bills and you got responsibilities to put all of that in a vehicle and drive 9 hours on a Friday after work and a Saturday to go watch somebody play and pay the hotel bills and all this, and then turn around and put them back in a truck and go back home the next day. I got a little different perspective. Back in the day, I was like, hey, thanks, good to see y'all, man. Y'all be good. See y'all for Christmas. Now it's got a little different perspective. So it's really cool to have an opportunity to bring the majority of those people that were supporting me consistently back then, to bring them in the building and obviously celebrate my career, my induction, but have them and be able to recognize them as well.
Well, it's the first time they moved it back down here. I guess there's maybe one other time they did it in Hot Springs. I saw Wally wrote about that in his column today, but I think this is going to be a great setting. Saw Wayne Smith yesterday. They're thrilled to host it this weekend. But I'll tell you this. I mean, I've been to Hall of Fame banquets before, but I probably wouldn't be going tonight if it wasn't for you. And, I mean, as soon as I knew you were going in, we booked it and said, we're going to be here this weekend, want to support you. And I was telling DJ before the show, like, all my dudes are in now, right? Yeah. Like, Baz is in, Matt Jones is in, Pat's in, you're in. Pat didn't get to make a speech. He's still pissed about that.
Wait, what?
In the Hall of Fame. That one year they did because one guy ran long, and they said, you know what, we're not doing speeches anymore. We're going to record them. And so the one year that Pat went in, he didn't get to make a speech, and so he's still bitter about that. But anyway, the only guy that Luke is in, so like, and Coach Nutt, I saw him last night. Looking forward to hanging out with him again tonight. He's in the Hall of Fame, I assume, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
So the guy that's next for me is sitting across from me.
That's right.
This dude absolutely is a Hall of Fame. You're a Hall of Fame human being. You're a Hall of Fame football guy, and you're going to be my number one project from now going forward.
You know, if you say that about me, then you need to be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? This dude's awesome, all right? But, no, it'd be fun. But, like, that'll come. And then I was, thinking about you and getting to the Hall of Fame, and you said you never seen yourself as a Hall of Famer. I don't think there's ever been a conversation when I've had amongst friends, fans, any type of forum we've done on radio, when we talk about our top Razorback quarterbacks of all time. And your name's not in that conversation, So I think it's should have happened a lot sooner, in my opinion, for your case, because I still think to this day you are, when it comes to favorite Razorback memories, they can't have that without having Clint Sterner. So this is pumped up. I'm excited for you, happy for you. I know you're pumped up too.
Absolutely. DJ, it's hard for, a lot of times we banter and we kick around the fumble and all that kind of jive, but man, and we talk about how I lived that next year and redemption on the end of it, man, and it was beautiful for me to come out on the backside of it, at least being able to win a game, right? But what I don't think, and we understand it because you played, and Justin, you're in the media, hell, you understand, but just the way that the fans lived that roller coaster ride with me ultimately is a phenomenal sports story, and so when you talk about creating moments. I mean, I've got arguably the worst moment that people can remember. We had a championship on the line and the fumble, and then a year later, they rode that roller coaster with me. It's one of the top 3 games I would say that's in the history in terms of just what the impact that one game had. And you look up and you just get, and the fans lived it with me, and so I do think that's a big part of how I arrived at those types of conversations.
There's an old saying that you shouldn't judge people by their worst moment. And Philip Martin, who's a longtime writer, he said, I think people should be judged by their worst moment. And I would I would judge you by your worst moment because of the way you handled it and the way that you took the high road and were classy about it. And again, you got that, I think, good karma the next year against Tennessee. So, I mean, it is a pretty remarkable story. And I know you probably get tired of talking about it. The question becomes, all the crap you took from people, Tennessee fans, and maybe a few Arkansas fans too, was it worth it, to get to the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I thought, I'll be honest with you, one of the reasons that I never thought that this would happen, the times that I have thought about it, is because I didn't know if people could overcome the fumble. Like, there's a lot of people in fans, and you talk about, like, on the different boards and in the Hall of Fames and all this kind of stuff, that will never forget that.
Yeah.
That just there is a – and look, I get it, man. It's part of being playing for a university that has one of the most unique, rabid fan bases in the game, right? So it's part of it. But I honestly thought that was probably going to be what ultimately would keep me out of getting the recognition that other guys have gotten. So to be here today and to know – again, I said this yesterday to Quinn Grovey and them, to be here today – and know that there's people out there that can say, hey, man, that was obviously not a great moment, but the career and leaving the program in a better place than where you picked it up, impacting some. Houston Nutt's first 2 years at Arkansas changed the trajectory of the University of Arkansas's football program. Mm-hmm. I mean, from a money perspective, from an attention perspective, from a support perspective, and so to be part of that was really, really cool. I didn't think that I'd be able to get enough support, if you will, after that. Mm-hmm. But it feels good to know that people can put that behind them.
You think about if you guys they would do the expansion that, that was kind of in your era when they were expanding the stadium, and you think if they had done that, with Danny Ford, kind of the situation going on there, you would have seemed crazy. But obviously, Coach Nutt, you're right. He kind of flipped that switch and changed things, and the whole perspective on the program completely changed.
Yeah. Justin, do you ever think about, like, his play, the fumble? To me, it just fails in comparison to other historical Razorbacks, like bad plays. Everything, I hate to say it because this is my boy, but you think about Reggie Fish mm-hmm. With the fumble. Yeah, you think about baseball, that one foul ball that would have won us a World Series.
Yeah.
Your case, you got his foot stepped on. You got tripped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think
but it's still an
iconic.
It's an iconic, disappointing moment for sure, though.
Yeah.
Because again, you're right. Let's just say
I never understood the blame in my opinion when you look at everything that happened.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, and again, how about a little credit to getting in position to be able to have that moment, because if you don't do all the things that you did before, you guys are down by 30 at that point. Nobody cares. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's the crazy part of that, DJ. That's the best game that I've ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, I threw we were on the road versus, I think, number 2 in the country. At the time, I think it was the most fans in the stadium. I threw for almost 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, Luke lit them up, and we were, there was Emmanuel Smith had a touchdown, I believe, and I mean, we were cooking, and it was one of those where that just literally that season. I've always said better, but I know it's at least comparable. My numbers that year in the SEC versus SEC opponents playing uphill at Arkansas, my numbers were as good or better than Joey Harrington's that year. And Joey Harrington at Oregon playing in the pass-happy Pac-12, he was up for the Heisman Trophy winner. But that one fumble just I had somebody a couple weeks ago, Justin, that weekend I was here. And look, I don't run from it. I enjoy the conversation. Look, man, I don't view it as big as a negative as some people do. But I had an old boy, it was the first time I heard this, DJ, old boy walked up and he goes, "Do you realize?" And he was dead ass serious. He said, I don't know, people, they cook it up in their head like this is a good idea. But he says, "Do you realize that you're one play away from being the most beloved Razorback athlete of all time?" I said, I never thought about it like that, but you're damn right. Yeah. there's a really good – that would have put us in the SEC championship for sure. Yeah. And that year with the way Houston turned everything and being his first year, I'm like, I've never thought about it. It'd damn sure be hard to beat.
What do you think would have happened if you guys – let's just say you pull it off. Did you guys play Mississippi State the next week or the week after?
We played Mississippi State the next week and hung over. We got beat.
And no kicker.
No kicker, yes.
Speaking of hungover.
Our kicker got a DWI and we our backup Mississippi.
One that he was acquitted of, by the way.
Yeah,
wow.
And I got a funny feeling if you guys had beat Tennessee, he might have been on the field that day. But kicking was a big part of that game, too. So I know you guys passed on some field goal attempts, and that was certainly understandable. But, man, it would have been incredible, the high. Look, you probably would have had a letdown the next week regardless. If you won, too, that would have been a tough back-to-back.
Well, the thing about our team that year is, I mean, there's a few. DJ played with a few, and there's been a few that you look at and you go, boy, this is a caliber Arkansas team that can play with anybody in the country, hands down, no doubt about it. I don't care what the record says. That our team that year, man. I was talking about in prepping for tonight, I was looking at my offensive line. We had Bobby Williams, who was a captain for the Bengals, played 10, 12 years in the NFL. You had Burlsworth, who would have been a starter his first year and probably played 10 or 12 years if he could have stayed healthy. Grant Garrett got a chance with the Green Bay Packers, but his back was so bad he couldn't hold up. Russ Brown, I was taller than him. I mean, he was a championship wrestler, probably pound for pound the best offensive lineman of the bunch, but he wasn't big enough to play in the league. And then Chad Abernathy, who, I mean, his temperament really kept him out of it. He was an absolute monster, but he was just easy going. But he was an unbelievable player, and it was like that in every meeting room. O-line, D-line. I had two tight ends that were studs and put their hand in the dirt and get nasty, and Joe Dean and Al Herringer, and you look on the defensive side of the football with
linebacking group. My God,
it's unbelievable.
And
right?
Defensive backs. I mean, you had Kennedy.
Kenoy Kennedy, David Barrett. I mean, it was just the list goes on, and every position we were above average and tight, thicker than thieves, man. And that is a championship, championship DNA.
Where did that come from? I mean, how did you guys? I mean, especially for what you've been through. Yeah. Was it Houston's influence or was it something else?
Well, I think what we've been through in Houston's influence. I think Danny Ford was a hard nose. On his way out, just not a good dude, man. I mean, I'm talking about like when you're a coach at that level and you don't even know the names of your players kind of deal. You call it old school if you want, but at the end of the day, it was one of those like, man, it's just constantly disrespectful. It's just, it just was a bad environment. Mm-hmm. And when Houston took over, Buddy recruited his ass off. He was a really, really, really good recruiter. And, when Houston took over and he won just, hell, the change from Danny Ford to him was just so drastic that it brought us together. But then he was big on preaching family. It's not a joke. When the first meeting he comes in and he's like, I want you to go sit there and you to sit here and you to sit here and you to sit there. And now this is a team. I want you guys all rubbing. I don't want y'all in y'all's little cliques and the receivers over here or the black dudes over here and the white dudes over here or the young dudes over here and the upperclassmen over here. I want y'all all mixed in and breaking bread. And that is what ultimately, built the chemistry that we had that was really elite.
Do you also feel like, too, you had a group of guys, everyone, it mattered.
Absolutely.
And I don't know how to put this into words or explain it or try to figure out, point at one thing specifically, but I hate to say it, when I go watch games nowadays, it just seems like it doesn't matter. And when I say what matters, yes, you want to go and ball out and stuff, but for us, if we screwed up, if we did something where we weren't going 100%, it mattered what we thought our other homeboys thought about us.
Absolutely.
And it just made us play at a different level, and it made every small detail count and matter. And I just feel like that is missing in today's game.
Oh, there's no doubt, DJ. There's no doubt, and it shows up in football more than any other sport. But it's a pride thing. You know, I think pride has changed, and I don't mean that negatively towards the younger generation. I just think pride has changed, and I think so often we use the crutch of all the NIL and the transfer portal, and that, you know, it's not about playing for the Hog. And look, I loved playing for the Hog. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. I loved being at the University of Arkansas, but what I went to work for every day was because I knew you were going to be there busting your ass, and I didn't want to let you down. I don't care if I just met you. I don't care if you were born in California. I don't care if you played for a different school last year. When we were in the trenches and practicing and running in the off season and all that, I didn't do it for myself. I wasn't doing it for the Razorback. I was doing it for the guy next to me. And that, I think that has just, it's not about the transfer portal. It's not about NIL. It's not about once you get your team. I think the pride dynamic of athletes today is totally different.
Last thing here, we'll let you go. Nancy Holthus is here. We're going to talk to her in a second. Thanks to our friends at the Gangster Museum.
Nancy looks tremendous.
She always does.
Together.
It's just a matter of how she's going to look tremendous.
I'm telling you, it's amazing how many people in today's world, as I get older, like you see them out and about, and you're like, I wonder if he or she looked in the mirror before they left the house. Did you even look in the mirror? Forget looking like Nancy, putting it all together, and all, you know what I mean? But did you look in the mirror? Did you realize what you were walking out?
She looked at it and said, I care about this today. It matters. Some people just say, screw it.
I want to ask you about your mother, and she obviously is a very special, unique individual, and I spent a lot of time with her last night, and I love being around her all the time. She's a trip. And obviously with what you guys have been through with the loss of your brother, and we were talking about she was talking about raising you guys last night, and I don't know, she just told a bunch of stories, but she told me an interesting story about you and having a conversation with her about her behavior at games. And she said you got onto her about maybe being a little too vocal, and then she had to kind of set you straight on that, and you guys worked it out.
Well, I tell you, this is, life, and this having kids, kids change you big time, right? And I have been extremely hard on my mom because I'm not a loud and proud person, right? I don't run from the spotlight, but I don't run to it either. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable in it, but and she is very loud and proud. I mean, if I walked in and checked in at the hotel, and Misty at the front desk was tremendous, big Razorback fan, and I just said, hey, I'm Clint. She goes, I know who the hell you are. I'm a big fan, blah, blah, blah. My mom thought that was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, hey, okay, thanks, And so she's just super loud and proud, and I have been really, really hard on her over the years, especially in Arkansas, because this is when it's a big deal. And it wasn't until I had my first child that I immediately realized, like, boy, I got some apologizing to do, man. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to be my mom. Like, I'm not giving you any excuse for you to be the loudest person in the room and be so damn proud. But I never understood, Justin, where she was coming from, why or how. I'm just, in my mind, I was like, what? I mean, what makes you do that? Just chill out, man. Can we just enjoy the moment?
Yeah.
And, man, when my 3-year-old, when I see her 3-year-old doing gymnastics and doesn't fall off the little floor balance beam or whatever, I'm so proud. I don't want to tell her about that, but I'm so proud about it. And I immediately said, I've got to do some apologizing. So I've apologized to my mom 3 or 4 times of like, hey, man, I'm so sorry that because when I'm hard on you, I'm not just saying it. It's coming from my heart. It's coming, like, I've thought about this. And so I've had to apologize to her about that. Man, them kids changed me for sure, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to tonight.
And odds are tonight she's going to be loud and proud, and she's not going to have listened to anything I said over the last 20 years.
Look, this means more to her, I think, than it does to you. And so I know she's very excited about it, and I know she's going to shed some tears tonight. I bet you will, too. But, man, I love you, and I appreciate you, and I'm so glad for you, and I'm excited about tonight, man.
Thank you, man. Love you. And man, I can't say how instrumental in my life, not just the Hall of Fame deal, but the buzz has been, and you've been a big part of that, obviously, the majority of the years, man. It's y'all have been really good to me. Sometimes when you probably shouldn't have and didn't need to be. And you personally have always been a good friend, man. I look at you beyond the radio side of this thing, man. I've always enjoyed working with you, always admired and respected what you do, and I greatly appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate that. Yep. I'm glad to have played a small role in getting you started in radio.
Hey, man.
Obviously, it's where you belong.
Small hell. I mean, you gave me – radio was you, and the TV was Joey Galloway with the network, and that just changed my life, man. It all gave me an opportunity, Justin, to take the media game seriously. It's not right away. This. There's not enough money in it to go, hey, I'm going to quit everything else, and this is what I'm going to do, man.
Right.
But you and Joey and y'all getting me in that mix allowed me to go, okay, I'm going to put everything else on the back burner and really focus on this media thing. And now I'm raising 2 babies with it and married and living a good life and where I want to be. And couldn't ask for more, man. And you definitely had a big part in that, man. I greatly appreciate it.
You're the best. Looking forward to celebrating you tonight. All the good feels tonight. We're going to be all teared up. So make sure
you get emotional.
Oh, dude, I'm already ready to cry now. Bring your hanky. Bring your hanky.
You see it? I saw it coming.
Hey,
I'm so excited.
If you would have kept talking 15 more seconds, you would have got him there.
Hey, he cares, man. I know you got to go, Justin. I'm pushing you on this break. But I had a quarterback one time. I saw his dad yesterday in Little Rock, and he's crying because he can't get this footwork down. His dad's like, Clint, he's embarrassing me. I said, no. I said, hey, man, back up.
Yeah.
I said, if he's crying, he cares.
He cares.
And so when you say that kind of stuff, man, that's you can't hide that, baby. Sorry about that. I know you up against. You got to go to break.
You know how this works.
Go, Nancy. You look that damn good. We got to get Nancy on the air. If you sound near as good as you look, girl, we've been having some.
This is every week.
Radio now.
Every week.
I love it.
All right, Clint, appreciate you, buddy. We're gonna hit a break. It's 10:30. Back in a second. Nancy Holthus here, and we will get some picks on the card today, which is good because we're gonna hang out at the races today. So let's go.
High school and college baseball are back in the natural state. Join me, Kevin Bohannon, every week on Drive Time Sports for Around the Horn, brought to you by Fence Brokers.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas baseball starts their road series against number 7 Georgia tonight. Yesterday, Coach Dave Van Horn met with the media and talked about the challenges Georgia presents.
Home runs are good. Home runs score runs quick, Solo home runs most of the time won't beat you. 2 and 3 run homers will get you, and they've hit a lot of them. So, like I said, no lead is safe when you're playing Georgia, and especially at Georgia. They seem to almost be unbeatable there. So it'll be a big challenge for us, and we know it.
Game 1 is tonight at 5. Game 2 will be tomorrow at 3, and then Game 3 will be at noon on Sunday. Coverage of all 3 games can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Brewski's Sports Bar is your home for college baseball with 2 great locations, downtown and North Little Rock. Open daily for lunch at 11 a.m. and nobody beats their happy hour Monday through Friday till 7. Think you're a trivia champ? Prove it. Tuesdays at 7 downtown, Wednesdays at 7 North Little Rock. Hey, North Little Rock, it's crawfish boil season. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. Get 3 pounds for just $25. With sausage, corn, and taters, hot and fresh till they sell out. Get in here. Brewski's, your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge here in Sherwood, and I've got big news for April. Don't worry about the tariffs because we don't have any tariff merchandise at Fletcher Dodge. I've got some great offers, so I hope you'll listen up to these great values. Here's a big one. $14,000 off on new Ram pickups. Yes, I did say $14,000 off, and when you come see us, we don't have any fluffed up MSRPs. That's off the real MSRP. Also, you can have your choice. You can have 1.9% financing for 72 months. Wow, $14,000 or 1.9% financing for 72 months. Our Jeep sale was a huge success, so we're going to extend it through April. Listen up to this. Save $6,500 on new Wranglers and get our new Jeep Compass as low as $25,995. We're having a big sale also on our pre-owned. This is something we've never done before. Buy a used car and get a certified warranty at no extra charge. Come see us at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood or shop us online at FletcherDeals.com.
Hawks Homes is the #1 Arkansas dealer. More inventory than anyone in Arkansas. Been in business for over 39 years. At Hawks, we offer custom-built, manufactured, and modular homes. 1 to 5 bedroom homes that can be built to accommodate all your needs. We also build lake houses, hunting clubs, offices, church, and classrooms. For more information, go to hawkshomes.net, located in Conway and Bryant.
The Zone is a show with many talents.
Last night I let that chair fly.
Let's see what the guys have in store for us today.
Last night we let the liquor talk. I can't remember.
Let's get to it. We are a little behind because we had so much fun with Clint, or whatever we did. Nancy Holthus was there to dry my little crocodile tears.
Aw, it was so sweet.
I love Clint, man. He is one of my favorite people. And again, what he went through and come out on the other side, you can't do anything but love and respect the guy. So So excited to celebrate him and the other Hall of Famers tonight. So we've got a few coming on the show. It's going to be awesome. We'll keep you up on what's going on with the Masters. Rose is back to 8 under, shot a 65 in the opening round to take the lead. We had an incident at the Masters yesterday we're going to talk about.
Ooh,
young man did something that I've never heard of happening. This is one of the players.
Drop trowel.
Yes, actually he did.
I heard about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
A what?
Somebody I know very close to me has had to do that multiple times on a golf course.
Well, it was a number one, but the point is, it's Augusta. It's a little different. Now, we've all peed on trees and over in the woods when we're at a golf course, but I don't know that I would pee on a tree at Augusta. In fact, I'd probably let my bladder explode before
Did he get fined?
No. There's nothing wrong with it technically, but it's just because Augusta's held in such high regard, people... I guess we just got to play the clip. Now we're already down the road, so let's get to it, and then we'll get to picks.
Let's do it.
But Nancy's obviously just as intrigued about this as we were, and I didn't know this guy. He is it's his first time playing. In fact, he's an amateur, and so he goes to Arizona State, and he's also got a hat on that had some people tripping. I don't know what the deal was, but it looks like it says Arizona State, but you would be able to read it right in a mirror, right? So it's kind of backwards. But I'm like, who cares? That was stupid. The whole thing is dumb, but whatever. Jose Luis Ballester is his name. And he apparently had to go to the restroom. There was a holdup on the green, and I'll let him take it from here.
Well, I completely forgot that we had those restrooms on the left of the tee box.
Oh, okay. 13th tee.
Yes, correct. And then I'm like, I really need to pee. Didn't really know where to go, and since JT had an issue around the green, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sneak here in the river. Probably the people would not see me that much, and then they clap for me. Probably one of the clubs that I really got today, like real loud. So that was kind of funny.
Are you concerned that there might be any blowback from that at all? Or I mean, obviously they did see you, right?
Yeah, they saw me. They saw me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not embarrassing at all for me. So if I had to do it again, I would do it again.
Okay, this is much ado about nothing most places, and I don't have a problem with what the guy did. Although I will say this, peeing in a water source, even though I don't know what Rays Creek does or what they use it for, is not high on my priority list.
Right.
I would pee on a tree, maybe kind of go in the woods and try to hide out a little bit, but he's like over there peeing in a creek. I just thought it was a weird thing to do. It's not the first thing that occurred to me. There's water, there's there's creeks sometimes, there's lakes on golf courses, but it never occurs to me.
Maybe that's why I had to go.
Oh, that's probably right. Sometimes that works that way.
Yes.
He says, I completely forgot there were restrooms by the tee box. Did you? It's your first time there.
Well, I was going to say, if he's never been there, he's not familiar with where the facilities are.
Yes.
When you got to go, you got to go.
Nancy, can you help me on something for tomorrow before we pick the card today?
Probably not.
How do I make money on Torpedo Anna tomorrow at 2 to 5?
You don't.
What do you make if you bet like $100 on her to win?
102. No, I'm just kidding.
At 2 to 5, I mean, really.
I mean, you'll get some money back, but it's not a good bet.
Yeah,
it's just not a good bet.
That's what we call
You're there
cost
to
prohibitive.
watch her run.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Let's just take it in.
To see the horse of the year.
Yes.
That's how it goes.
Todd Knight's in the house. We're going to talk to him in a second. All right, well, let's get to our card today. What are we looking at?
All right, we do have 10 races on the card. Just want to let everybody know that first post today and tomorrow is actually 12:20 and not 12:30. Really good races, and the return of Skelly, the two-time Cal Fleet Sprint winner in the feature. He's obviously my top pick of the day. I think it's going to be a lot for him to get beat. He does come off a disappointing 10th in the Breeders' Cup Sprint like 160 days ago, but he's won off similar freshenings like this. He hasn't broken as quickly out of the gate as he has in his prior years, but I don't really think that's going to matter. He is certainly the class and the speed of the field, and he's got a stablemate. How did he do that? Which races off 565-day layoff, and if he beats Skelly, that's exactly what they're going to say. How did he do that?
How did he do that? Yeah. Well, yeah, and speaking of heavy favorites, 3 to 5 on the morning line.
Yes.
So, yeah, to Nancy's point,
that is like a Ferrari and against a bunch of maybe
Pintos?
No, I wouldn't say Pintos, but he's definitely a Ferrari in against maybe some...
Like an Acura?
Yeah.
No? Like a nice one?
Like a nice Acura.
Yeah. Like
or a nice Audi. Even a
yeah.
nice Audi.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different ballgame.
I only like the Ferraris.
The Ferraris.
I only like
and
the
Bugattis.
Yeah. That's from Cars. I like that guy. He's like trying to sell money. He's like, I only like the Ferraris. All right, so That's your top pick today.
That is certainly my top
I
pick
hate when
today.
you combo these because then I only get to ask about 2 races. But I will get your thoughts on maybe other horses that are going up against Torpedo Anna tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Let's get a long shot then today.
I'm going to see if I can get the late double with the in the 10th race with the number 1, A Vision of Hope. Jane Elliott rides this one for Rick Jackson. Was a good third on debut, and that was going 6 furlongs. Broke from the far outside of the starting gate. Gets a more ground-saving post today and going 5.5 furlongs. And I think this distance is really, really going to suit this 3-year-old filly, and we'll see if she can get the job done against fellow Arkansas breds. And you're getting a 6-1 on the morning line, and I think that's going to drift up from the post.
Well, I'm going to need a little price to offset Skelly in a daily double. So let's talk about tomorrow. Torpedo Anna, like you said, I mean, it's a $1.25 million race, and I hate to say what I'm going to say, but let's be real. I mean, everybody's racing for second. I mean,
yes, they are
on paper, and
on
we don't
paper.
run. We don't run races.
We don't run on paper. You're absolutely right.
So, give me thoughts on the Apple Blossom and your chances of somebody making it interesting, and if so, who's it going to be?
Well, I think somebody that could make it interesting is possibly Where's My Ring.
Where's Ebony when I need her?
Ooh,
Is that the name of the horse?
Yes. Where's My Ring?
Where's My Ring?
Left right on time.
Comes off a 12-link, just an emphatic victory against First Level Allowance Company when making the Oaklawn debut. So anytime a horse is going to wire the field and score by 12, pulling away really impressively. She's a graded stakes winner in her own right. She ran in the Kentucky Oaks and was nowhere near Torpedo Anna, but does have a lot of class. She comes in from the barn of Val Brinkerhoff. Another one to take a look at is Free Like a Girl. She's a Louisiana bred, 20-time stakes winner if she wins tomorrow in her 50th career start.
That's insane.
She's the winningest Louisiana bred of all time. She's got over $2.2 million in her bank account. She was second to Torpedo Anna last out, and Torpedo Anna, I think, just really did it well within herself. They may have to ask her a little bit more tomorrow, but Kenny McPeak says she's never taken a bad step, she's never done anything wrong, and is just super, super professional. So very excited to have her, not only that she did make the prep in the Azeri, a very, very good one, but the fact she does return to the Apple Blossom, where we have seen some of the great of greats.
She was second in the Bayaco, too, so very good here at Oaklawn in both her starts this year, so that's good. In the Apple Blossom last year, finished third, so a lot of familiarity here. And,
yes.
Free Like a Girl, I mean, that price, Nancy, is very attractive.
You're not going to get that.
Okay.
So 10-1 on the morning line, I think that's really, really generous. I bet she drifts down to maybe
5 or 6 or lower?
Yeah, maybe even lower, because a lot of people are going to be betting for the exactas. And,
now that you talked her up, probably go off at even money.
Not even close.
Oh, okay.
Not even close, but I think Torpedo Anna probably going to go off at 1-9.
All right, well, we will get back to it, and that's that. All right, well, we're going to let you go we can stay on task. Thank you for helping get us back on track as we went along with Clint.
That's what I do.
You are the
best. Supervillain attorney.
Yes, check out Nancy's outfit if you're watching the stream. She said she had to tweak it a bit, but it's still working. I love the patent leather shoes.
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you.
That's a
Thank
nice
you.
offset.
I didn't see those.
I've got skeletons on this, so I'm not sure if that's really, work apropos, but I like it.
Yeah,
so.
I like it. It looks like the Joker would be your client for sure.
Yes.
He's like, well,
I work with a few jokers.
She's like Saul Goodman. Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah. Okay. Better call Saul. Better call Nancy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, we better call break time. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
And today, maybe. Who
and
knows?
today.
We'll be around.
All the time.
All the time. Appreciate you. All right, we're going to hit a break. Todd Knight coming up after the break, the longtime head coach at Washita Baptist. And again, another newly minted Hall of Famer. Gotta love it. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Speaking of rings?
Yeah. Where's My Ring? The name of the horse. I know a lot of people may be looking for a ring. A good place to find one. Jones & Son, 11121, Rodney Parham Road. See, Ebony's eyeing me down over there. See that?
Yeah, no, she's on the phone, luckily.
Yeah.
You better get it done while you can.
You better get it in. Yes, that's right. If you are in the market, you're looking to pop that question, looking for an engagement ring, I'm telling you, Jones & Son is the place to be. 11121, Rodney Parham Road. Now, beyond the engagement rings, they got a lot of good stuff. I'd say my lady loves all the brands, especially the Couture collection. Yes, she tells me about it all the time. I'm telling you, if you're looking for a gift that is going to impress, give you brownie points for a very, very long time, you're going to find it at Jones & Son. Their Couture collection can only be found there. They also got all the big-time brands in the business. When it comes to Vahan, I'm telling you, you can't miss with it. Find that at Jones & Son. They got great financing options, and beyond all that, they got great people. Head on over there. They're going to walk you through every step of the way. Make sure you walk out of that building with some fine jewelry and feeling very comfortable with the price as well. 11121, Rodney Parham Road. Go visit my friends at Jones & Son.
And he talked to me. He told me.
Hey, you want to know what really happened here in Hot Springs? I'm not talking, but there's a guy at 510 Central Avenue in Hot Springs, a wise guy. He'll tell you all you need to know, but not enough to get you whacked. Your hope. The Gangster Museum of America. TGMOA.com.
Experience the rich history of America's first resort at the Gangster Museum of America and the Hattery. Check out the Gangster Museum of America, 510 Central Avenue, 501-318-1717, or visit us at TGMOA.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is Justin Acri with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
The king of Arkansas sports talk, Randy Rainwater for Bet Saracen.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Spring is here. It won't be long before you're planning a road trip. Get to Point S, Arkansas to get your car ready for it. Off-road tires for your pickup, ATV tires for your side-by-side, tires for your car to get your family around safely, Kumo, Toyo, Falcon, Blackhawk, Fortune, and more. And their Promise Plus road hazard protection to give you peace of mind. Stop by any Point S, Arkansas store, Bartlett Tire in Heber Springs, Tire Town in Benton, R&D Tire in Conway, and Fleet Tire in Pottsville or Russellville. Online at pointstire.com.
You're in the zone in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with Justin Acri and DJ Williams.
I'm running around like a fish.
10:47, we're back at Oaklawn, and DJ is here, but right now he's working on his golf game, which is far more important, and he just put one in the drink at Paynes Valley up in Branson, or Hollister. I can't believe that they had that on the swing suite here at Oaklawn. That's pretty awesome.
I'm in Denmark now.
Oh, you went to Denmark?
Yeah, hopped in the jet.
Well, it's good to know that you. Yeah, well, it's good that you can hit into the water from just about anywhere.
Yeah,
that's a hard hole though. That is extremely difficult. You're hitting over an entire ocean almost.
So that's 176. You think you can get on?
I'm sure I can. How many times is it going to take me? That's another answer.
2 swings. 3? If I'll give you 3?
For sure.
And I'll get your lunch?
Okay.
Oh.
If not, I'll buy yours.
Okay.
Deal. Somebody should be buying this guy lunch. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's joining us now. Todd Knight, the head coach of Washita Baptist. This is going to be your 32nd year next year, is that right?
Man, I'm not counting. That makes me feel pretty old when you start that.
I don't know how updated your bio is here on the website. It says 31 years as head coach, a head coach. I don't know if, again, is that
Yeah, that's pretty close. I was 28 when I got the Delta State job in 93. Yeah.
Okay. And what year did you come to Washita?
Came back the end of 99, so 99, 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Well, I mean, when you've had a career like yours, it's hard to sort of pick any moments out, I guess. But I can't imagine all the memories that come flooding back. You probably don't spend a lot of time looking back because
Right.
you're so busy looking forward
Yeah.
to what's next. We were just talking about, I mean, heck, you got a busy weekend this weekend with stuff going on with spring game, and you got an officials event, I guess,
Yeah.
or are they going to be part of the spring game?
They will. There's the Great American Conference is having their officials clinic where they recruit young officials into the league. They're going to do that. We're hosting it. They'll be at our spring game Saturday morning. They'll be at Henderson's spring game tonight. So, we combined with Henderson, believe it or not, to pull that off, and it's a great event for our conference and for officiating.
I was telling you off the air, and I mean it from the heart, just like Clint earlier. I mean, very humble guy, not somebody that's looking for accolades or praise. You're just grinding through and doing what you do. What are you most proud of, though, when you think about your career to this point? What are you most pleased with and proud of?
Yeah, when I think of that, I think about and really, what you said earlier. You really don't look back. You're in it right now. We're trying to get ready for another year, spring football, those kind of things going. This has been good for me the last couple of days to think about, why this happened and who's been around me and the shoulders that I stand on. But when I think about things like that, I think about the players. I mean, the guys that have made the Washita program what it is, the guys that have done that even in the Delta State program that I was head coach in. And so I think about the relationships with those guys and the coaches too. Man, I've had some impactful coaches. I mean, Jay Derby and Brett Shockley, those two guys have been long-time assistant coaches and been very loyal, and they can coach at any level. They're superior coaches. And, being around people like that, and just watching these guys go and do what we talk about, man school. There's a mental, physical, spiritual side to the total man. And watching these guys leave and turn into great dads and employees or running businesses or playing ball or whatever they're doing, that brings me the greatest joy.
Being at a school like Washita where there is, again, there's an expectation off the field too, and there is for every school, but I mean, when you've got a religious component to it, it seemed like it fits your personality and the way that you operate really well, and I guess that's probably why you've stayed there so long.
It is, and all the programs we've been in, there's a faith component. I mean, I think everybody in football is probably trying to teach some of the same things about man school and who we are and, the next leaders in our country and all those kind of things. And, football, I still say, and I know the Hall of Fame's about all sports, but football is the greatest game ever invented. I mean, you think about the people that have come out of it. You think about, we're a melting pot of people, and that's really how the world should look. You know what I'm saying? When you look at us and you look at a football team, I tell the guys all the time, I mean, we need to be the example to not only Clark County and Arkadelphia, but to the country. How you work together, how you love each other, the things that you help each other achieve. That's what it's all about.
We were talking this morning, David was complaining about and really lamenting the fact that basically amateurism's out the window at the FBS level, and really to some degree at the FCS level it is as well. I don't know if you would consider this, but I kind of think about D2 as like the last bastion of amateurism, and then I guess anything beyond that, maybe NAIA, whatever else. And there's something pure about that and something great about that. Obviously, it's fine for the kids to get paid. I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm. But I do like there's a mystique to me, almost a romantic sort of feel about Division II because you're getting guys plucked because of the NIL in some cases, but there's still not something you have to deal with at the same level, I guess, in that regard.
Not at the same level, and I agree with you. I think where we are is probably where college, Division I football was 10 years ago, mm-hmm. Where you're still trying to build a team. It's about working together and teamwork and really loyalty to each other. And some of these problems that we have with the portal and the NIL, I'm not trying to hang our coaches out, but we've created some of these problems, where we're leaving schools and going for bigger contracts and things like that. I mean, when you're doing it like that, it's fair game for the players too. And I agree with you. I mean, I think the players getting a little bit of money is good because those guys are really working a job, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, they're working a job. So, but I wish there was a way to revenue share where all levels got some of the money, mm-hmm. and it was still a team aspect where it was fair across the board, and it wasn't just a quarterback or a great tight end. It's the whole team. So maybe we can get some traction, and maybe we can get some things changed about it. And no doubt we're in choppy water a little bit, but I still think the game's at an all-time high. I think it's safer than it's ever been, and I think people love watching the game, and naturally we love coaching and playing. So it's still a lot of positives with college football.
There's no doubt. And especially, again, I love the Division II level because it's still high-level football. But it's still there's a quaintness, obviously, to to your stadium and sort of the setting and the feel. I love doing FCS games because it's great football, great places. But it's a little easier to get out than it is in an SEC game. You know what I mean?
Right.
In and out, so it's a little more conducive. As far as like the way things are in your league right now and what's happened in the GAC, and obviously you've seen the entire evolving of it. How do you feel about your league right now and where you guys are?
I think we're kind of at an all-time high too. I mean, you look at what some of our top teams have done. It's pretty incredible. Nationally where we've been and other teams in our league have been. So I think we've got a good footprint, and we're looking to even make the conference better. And I think there's national recognition now in our league. So I think those things are very, very positive.
When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
A Fellowship of Christian Athletes event. My sophomore year, I was at Northwestern Louisiana. My teammates, about 10 or 12 of us went down there. A guy by the name of Pat Tilley was speaking. Pat Tilley talked about faith and football and how those things work together. And I thought, man, I would love to have a lifetime of relationships with guys this age and be able to live and coach through my faith. And, we keep talking about man school. That part of it for me was big, playing at Star City High School under those coaches and then going to Washita and playing for Coach Benson. I just wanted to be a part of that. So I think my sophomore year in college, I think that was a huge part of it, being at that event and hearing Pat Tilley talk about the things that he talked about and how he put that together for a great life in football.
Most of the best coaches I know also have a great partner at home, and your wife has to be a big key to this because it's a tough gig. It's a very time-demanding gig, and I'm sure you're going to recognize her tonight from the podium as well. But what's that relationship like, I guess, as far as it relates to football and your job?
Yeah, I met Julie Hartsfield of Searcy, now Julie Knight. I met her that same sophomore year. I met her at Washita, and we got married 3 years later. I think I was still GA-ing at Delta State when we got married. And, man, we've raised 3 kids together. She's super mom, so impactful with our staff. I mean, the amount of prayer she puts in for coaches, for their kids, for the families, the impact she's made on the team with – she started a group of girls at Delta State way back there called the Gridiron Girls, and she still runs that group today at Washita, and those girls are impactful in our program as well, and naturally just hauling 3 kids from Valdosta, Georgia to New Mexico to California. I mean, she's been all over, and again, just has raised 3 super kids and a huge part of the program.
We'll let you go. Enjoy the lunch today. Look forward to seeing you tonight, Coach, and congratulations. Appreciate you.
You bet. Appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you guys again.
Absolutely. All right. That's Todd Knight. We're going to maybe go down and hang out with them here coming up soon for their golf tournament. They were supposed to have it today, but because of the weather, didn't get a chance to have it today, which is fine because, as Coach mentioned, they've got a lot going on today. He's got the officials clinic, and he's got the spring game tomorrow. So I know Central Arkansas is doing their spring game. Coach Brown was down here last night with athletic director. And so Matt Whiting, and so got a chance to see them, but they've got their spring game tomorrow too. So it's a busy time of year for everybody,
right?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, listen, man, football's a year-round sport, as you know.
Where'd you eat last night?
We went next door to the Bugler.
Okay.
And it wasn't good. It was spectacular. What a great experience, man. At the sea bass.
Told you, right?
Wayne Smith's been talking about this sea bass forever. And he's like, well, they do it a little different than they used to. And apparently every so often they tweak the sea bass presentation. Well, he goes, now they're putting crab on it. I was like, I'm sorry.
Like it's a problem.
Is that bad? It was amazing.
Good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Laid off the bread. Very proud of myself. And I had a spectacular glass of wine last night, too.
Ooh.
It was really good. I don't know.
What year was it?
I don't know, but it was, well, the year is 2025. No, but it was Prisoner, which a lot of people probably know that brand.
That's a good one.
But it's a red blend. It was a red blend.
We get that.
Usually I would do a cab. It is a really good red blend. Anyway, Natalie got pork shank. Amazing. I had to have a few bites of hers, too.
Of course.
I laid off the bread, though. I was proud of myself.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was a meal to come out of the fast on yesterday. Walk-ons and then that last night. Pretty darn good day.
So good.
Feel amazing.
Come on.
Hour 2 coming up.
Listen to Out of Bounds every day to hear about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great-tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
Bring it to big bloomin' wins at Southland Casino Hotel. Earn entries in April to win your share of up to $100,000 in free play or a 2025 GMC Denali Sierra on April 26th. On Fridays, play Take It or Leave It for your share of $215,000 in free play. Saturdays through April 19th, win $1,500 in free play every 15 minutes. Big wins and a brand new Denali. Only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
The shooter Pat Bradley joins Morning Mayhem each week courtesy of Cabot Outdoors, where you can save $600 off Hustler mowers through May 31st.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Don't worry, we don't understand ourselves either. 1037 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
The Arkansas legislature is considering sending constitutional amendments to voters. It can refer up to 3. The House approved the Citizens-Only Voting Amendment and aims to ensure that only U.S. citizens can vote in our state and local elections. The Senate approved a constitutional amendment to protect the right to keep and bear arms. The Citizens-Only Voting Amendment now heads to the full Senate. The amendment to protect the right to keep and bear arms is heading to the House. Whatever amendment is chosen by the legislature, if any, will be voted on in 2026. The Arkansas Mission of Mercy is hosting a free 2-day dental clinic in Conway. It's today and tomorrow at the Conway Expo Center. It got started at about 2:30 this morning and will start at the same time tomorrow morning. Patients can get cleanings, fillings, and extractions free of charge. No dental insurance necessary. The clinic is open to kids and adults. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Sunny today, a little cooler, only high of 72 degrees, and a little breezy with a northerly wind around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, the wind becomes calm. It'll be clear. It'll get kind of cold, lower 40s. Tomorrow, a high around 70 with a sunny sky. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
At Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville, we're making your next vehicle more affordable than ever. We're paying the sales tax on every Gwatney Guarantee pre-owned vehicle. Each one passes a 172-point inspection and comes with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty, giving you peace of mind at no extra cost. And don't wait on our remaining 2024 models, including Silverados and Tahoes, starting at just $57,990. When the lot clears, the savings disappear. Come see us at Gwatney Chevrolet, 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and Light Maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Pay depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Jim's Razorback Pizza is the place to visit when craving some delicious, authentic pizza. They're known for amazing thin crust pies and the best Detroit-style deep dish pizza in town. You can also order freshly baked pasta or wings, along with specialty baked sandwiches, fries, and signature salads. If you're looking for a great place to watch the game and the most accommodating service around, they'll save you a seat at Jim's Razorback Pizza in Little Rock and Morgan Maumelle.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
See shelter agents Richard Yeager or Jason Daly in Little Rock or Agent Lawrence Forrester in Cabot today.
The games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites. Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer, and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages, from melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online in the app. Walk On Sports Bistro. Game on.
Cashback
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HOT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HOT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HOT.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and CertaPro knows how important your home is to you. That's why they're focused on helping you bring fresh color to your home. You can trust CertaPro Painters to get the job done right, even in those hard-to-reach places. Free estimates, reliable communication, professional painting, all at the right price. And each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. They're always easy, and they get you a quote right away. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters. It's Justin Acri with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West, getting you ready for spring. And Laura Beth, let's start with some of the outside options that Kaufman by Design West provides for folks who are trying to spruce up their homes this time of the year.
We carry a large selection of in-stock steel products, which include leaf blowers, weed eaters, and lawnmowers.
As far as sprucing up the house for spring cleaning, you have a lot of other options there as well.
We have storage totes, power washers, flower bed tools, planters, fertilizers, all your lawn care needs.
It's Kaufman by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road, Monday through Saturday, online at kaufmanlumber.com.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no.
That's fun. All right, welcome back. We were just on the golf simulator here in the break at Oaklawn. We're in the Mainline Sports Bar. People are starting to file in. As Nancy mentioned, a little bit of an earlier start than we're used to.
Yep.
12:20.
Yes, he said 12:20.
Instead of 12:30. So hopefully you can come and kick it with us today. We will be here. It's going to be fun. And we are looking forward to having you. Thanks to Todd Knight and Clint Sterner coming by. We've got a few other folks coming on with us in a bit. And I do want to thank, too, our longtime director of the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame, Terry Condor Johnson. J.B. Grimes is coming by to see us at 11:20. And we've got Felix Jones at 12:05 today.
Nice.
So I saw Felix at the reception last night. It was good to see him. And
said he was walking through the casino a little bit?
Yeah, I shouted him, hey. He's like, hey.
Yeah.
So we didn't chat, though. But
okay.
He was in high demand. Everybody wanted to get a picture with Felix, as you can imagine. He's still got 2 records. All-time yards per carry.
It's 10. His senior year, didn't he average like
8.5 or so?
Okay.
Single season, he's got the record, and he's got the career record, too.
Dang.
It's wild.
You said 8 yards a carry?
8.5, I think, yards a carry his senior year.
Dang, give it to him every time.
Was it 6.5 for career?
6.5, I think, for career, yeah, Christian. Pretty remarkable. Let's dive in on the Red White Report. We got a bunch of baseball to talk about. We got some sound from Coach Van Horn. We got a little bit of football talk, too. Yesterday we heard from Coach Williams from the defense after hearing from Coach Petrino earlier in the week. We'll update you on the Masters, so all the things going on. Also want to mention this hour is brought to you in part by our friends at Cash. Guess who else I saw last night? Rush Harding. Mm-hmm. And he's good buds with J.B. Grimes. They played at Clarendon together. And he told me there's some other weird connection, like his dad coached him and, like, JB's dad coached Rush and like vice versa. It was a whole thing, but I'll let JB fill us in on all that. But anyway, Cash, obviously great restaurant downtown. I talked to him yesterday. Sounds like things are going amazing there. They must be advertising on the Buzz. I don't know. Anyway, if you want to do a special event there, spectacular spot. They actually did this, the reception for the Hall of Fame last year when it was in Little Rock at Cash. It's a great spot for any event, up to 150 people upstairs And shout out to Rob and all the crew over there. They do a great job serving up drinks and food and everything else. 501-850-0265 is the phone number if you want to call for details on renting the spot out for a special event. He also told me they're about to renovate the patios with new furniture and things like that.
Okay.
So an already great setting's going to get even better.
It's already nice.
Awesome.
What would he do?
I don't know. New furniture, but it's going to be great. CacheLittleRock.com, CACHE LittleRock.com. Check out the website. Check out the food. And I told you that I ate here last night over at the Bugler, and, man, the kinds of things you're going to get over there, those are the kinds of things you're going to get, Cash. Just spectacular, elevated, great service, great experience, great setting. And, again, for special events, you can't go wrong. Also, free valet parking, and you can't beat that.
Cool people, too.
Absolutely. Love that. Love that place.
I don't know who's in charge of their hiring process, but they're doing it right.
They train them up right, too. I love that. All right, let's get to it, shall we? We shall.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
I accidentally clicked on another day on my calendar while I was getting ready for this, and it said flight at 1:30, and I was like, what? I was like, I
gotta go.
That's not today.
When is that, next week?
No, I'm not leaving for a few weeks.
I
do have... Yeah, it's a few more weeks away. 21 days away from my Mexico trip. You're going to be here. So we can talk about that.
Okay.
I'll do the first hour from the studio, but you guys are going to handle it. All right. So this weekend, things get ramped up a little bit. Oh, also on this day in history, Missouri baseball had a really good moment, and I'm going to tell you about that later on when we get to it. But we all know how they suck right now.
Yeah, how long ago was this?
This several years ago.
Yeah.
But they beat a team. They scored 30 runs.
What?
Against Texas. I'll give you the details later. Anyway, Dave Van Horn spoke to the media this week, getting ready for the weekend. Again, a much different kind of challenge going to Georgia. Wes Johnson, former Razorback pitching coach, now the head coach there. It's a top 5 team after beating up on Missouri last weekend. Tall order. Here's Coach on the keys to beating Georgia and his thoughts on Wes Johnson, his former assistant, being the big man over in Bulldog land.
Home runs are good. Home runs score runs quick, Solo home runs most of the time won't beat you. 2 and 3 run homers will get you, and they've hit a lot of them. So, like I said, no lead is safe when you're playing Georgia, and especially at Georgia. They seem to almost be unbeatable there. So it'll be a big, big challenge for us, and we know it. Well, he's done a great job, and it's been quick. And like I said, good baseball guy, hired some really good coaches. And then, if you talk to coaches all around our league, we think Athens is a great place. The University of Georgia's big name school, and you have incredible talent in your region. Throw in the portal. We talk about this as a coach all the time. You can get real good or real bad real quick now, just the way you can do things. And they've done a great job.
You can get real good or real bad real quick. I like that. That's a great phrase. And, man, isn't that college sports nowadays? It's 100% true in every sport in college. Arkansas is going to start with Zack Root, per usual, same rotation. Our buddy Gabe Gackle, 2-0 on the year, is going to go day 2, and then Landon Beitelscheiss, the other left-hander in the starting rotation, will go on Sunday. He's 4-0 with a 3.82. And Zack today, 5-1 with a 3.48. He's going to face against the right-hander Brian Curley, who's got a 3.45 ERA. Tomorrow they've got a righty, Colton Smith, and a right-hander on Sunday, too. Leighton Finley, who's got a 6.44 ERA. Arkansas 37-28 all-time against Georgia. And Arkansas, of course, rolling through their opponents right now. After sweeping Missouri last week to get to 11-1 in SEC play, Arkansas's matched its best 12-game start in conference play. They did it in 92 and 2024. And with the series win this weekend, the Hogs can make more program history, their best 15-game start ever. Either 13-2 or 14-1 if they happen to sweep, which would be just dandy. Hogs have swept 3 consecutive SEC weekend series for the first time since '99. So let's hope they can keep it rolling this weekend. You can hear those games on the Buzz. And it's an early start today, so we've only got 30 minutes of drive time. Pre-game's at 4:30 today, so we're looking forward to that. Softball's hosting number 10 South Carolina today as well. So if you want to catch some softball, they're at home this weekend. And let's talk some football here, DJ. Football portal opens April 16th, and I read some comments from Coach Williams about trying to keep the conversation about the players under his hat a bit because he don't want people going, hey, wait a minute, what about that guy? Maybe we'll grab him in the 10 days of the portal.
I heard that.
Goes till the 25th. Here's Travis Williams on the depth on defense or the lack thereof.
we don't have the depth that we would have in the spring. And then for us defensively, like I talked to the staff, is, man, we football coaches. So you could complain about the depth, or you could coach football and get guys better. So we just been focusing on, okay, who's out there? Let's get them better, and you can see the defense is getting better as a whole. You know, we got guys that's out with injuries and different things like that. So, man, if you're a football coach, man, coach football. Don't complain. It is what it is. At the end of the day, nobody cares anyway. So defensively, like I talked to the staff, let's go out there and let's just coach. Let's coach to see if they can get better, and they actually has gotten better. Now we have to go get some more pieces and different things like that, but very pleased with just the growth of the defense overall.
Coach Williams also talked about some players that are standing out. Again, probably want to keep this on your hat. I mean, he needs to start telling us about the third stringers. Like, oh, this guy's really, really good.
Yeah.
Oh, he transferred? That's okay. We didn't care. Anyway, here's Coach.
Is there somebody on the defensive side who's flying under the radar, caught your attention, maybe some guy that can, sneak up?
You know what? I would answer your question about 5 years ago and tell you. But with the portal, I don't know if I should even answer that. Flying under the radar, who may sneak up. Everybody on defense, be honest with you, I won't say a name, but you can see everybody to the man, everybody is getting better defensively. And I know that's not the answer you're looking for, but, some guys are not having spring games. I'm going to do that here and not say a name and say everybody's doing well. How about that?
All right, there you go. Don't think we're missing anything there. If you missed our visit, speaking of Razorbacks, with Izzy Higginbottom yesterday, that was a really good visit with her. Enjoyed that. And she is getting ready for the WNBA draft, which is coming up in just a few days. On Monday, the 14th, it starts. So hopefully she ends up somewhere great and ends up continuing her career in the WNBA. If not, she'll be making some money somewhere else. We're going to talk to J.B. Grimes here in a second. DJ, if you want to flag him down, get him over here, one of the Hall of Fame inductees. And I'm going to take a call here real quick from Brad and Cersei before we do that. What do you say, Brad?
Hey, I gotta give a shout out to DJ Williams because you remember when he did that? He accidentally got a message from someone he didn't know, and he just went with it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Well, I did that last night. Someone tried to catfish me, and yeah, I turned it around on it real quick, man. And I thought of DJ. I said, man, if this guy can do it and do well with it, I'm going to do it too. And me and my daughter, we were cracking up. She was telling me what to say and all that stuff. We were just cracking up, man.
How did it end?
She hadn't texted me back, but
okay.
And she was gorgeous, man. I guess, sure she's going to be, right? But she's got like 6 friends, right?
Okay.
And all of them have one mutual friend. They're all older guys like me, and the one mutual friend is her.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, you got to watch out for those.
Okay, well, here's what you do. If you live in town, then meet me at the Kroger in Cersei. And if you live more out of town, then meet me at the Target just outside of town. Those stores don't exist here. But she said, okay, how about Target?
Oh, Lord. So she's
You're
over
going to feel pretty dumb when she ends up the nearest Target.
Walmart has like a no competition clause, or else they're going to jerk the distribution centers out of here for 3 years, I guess. Yeah.
Brad, best of luck with your catfish. We got to go, buddy. Appreciate you.
All right, brother. You take care.
All right, hit us up on the D3 Auto Sales text line, 501-661-1037. Our phone number, Brad has it. We may change it, 501-661-1037. And, of course, you can hit us up on our live fan feedback through our Listen Live button on the Buzz website. You can reach it that way or through our app as well. Joined by another Hall of Famer, longtime coach. Not to say he's old. Seasoned, I like to say.
Yes.
J.B. Grimes joining us, and I've heard a lot of great things about you for the last several months from Rush Harding, who is your biggest fan. How are you? Congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you very much, and I am old. I turned 70 in July.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you look good.
Well, I'm doing pretty well.
You work out?
Yeah.
You look like it.
I can tell. The forearms.
This is a life goal right here. I want to look this good at 70. Yeah. Hell, I want to look that good at 55.
Hey, one time someone asked my dad, they said, how you doing? He said, well, I'm doing pretty good for the shape I'm in.
There you go. So tell me about your relationship with Rush. I think most of our listeners are pretty familiar with Rush, and obviously his prowess in business. We're also big Cash supporters, so we talk about him a lot on there. But you guys, I guess, grew up together.
Yes.
And apparently dads were coaching each other. What was the deal there?
Well, his dad and my dad were teammates at Holly Grove, Arkansas.
Okay.
Okay. Played for the legendary Sonny Gordon. A lot of people haven't heard of him, but he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
And Rush's dad is in the Hall of Fame. Well, they were teammates.
Okay.
Well, Rush and I were teammates, okay? And we actually won a championship together.
Okay.
There at Clarendon.
Okay.
He was the quarterback, and I was an offensive lineman. Believe it or not.
What'd you weigh when you
what
played?
position?
Well, do what?
Guard?
Yeah, I
center?
was guard.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, back in the day, I got up to about 215, 220 pounds. Yeah.
I've been there too, but it was I'm drinking too much beer in college.
Hey, I'm 168 right now.
There you go. So, did you pull? I mean,
yeah.
What kind of offense did you guys run?
Well, we ran the split back veer.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was a good option quarterback?
He was. He was a good player.
Gotta ride that fullback.
Gotta ride it.
Hey, he's the only guy that I know that went from linebacker his junior year to quarterback his senior year.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And
I can do one better, Coach. I played offensive guard in 7th grade, and I was quarterback in 8th grade.
How'd that happen?
I also went from center in 8th grade to guard in 9th grade because everybody grew up, and I'd stayed the same.
Oh, basketball. Okay.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, so did I.
How many schools have you worked at?
That's a great question. How much time do we have?
I look at your resume. I'm like, this dude has been to 100 schools. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Some of them multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, well, the easier question is, how many states have you lived in?
I think the easier question is, how many schools did you not coach at? That's probably an easier one. How many states have you coached in?
11.
Wow.
We've lived in 11 different states.
That's amazing. How long have you been married?
44 years.
We were talking to Coach Knight, and that's the thing. You don't need a Hall of Fame as a coach. We need a coach's wife Hall of Fame.
There's no doubt.
That is
there she is.
They're
right
all
there.
Hall of Famers.
Ain't she beautiful?
Beautiful. That's a hard gig.
Yeah.
You got to be a very understanding person and a special kind of lady to be married to a football coach.
There's no doubt. There is no doubt. And in my mind, the only reason I was able to do it is because of her.
There you go.
Okay, and I believe that from the bottom of my heart.
When did you know you wanted to coach?
Well, first of all, I knew what I didn't want to do.
Okay.
I didn't want to be a cotton farmer. Okay, I was raised on a cotton farm there in Clarendon. In fact, I lived out in the middle of a cotton field. Okay, literally, the cotton rows came up to our porch.
Wow.
I walked out of the house and stepped into a cotton field.
That's crazy.
All right. I look around and I said, nah, this isn't it. All right. and this ain't it. And I decided I wanted to coach.
Okay. Where was your first job?
Nashville High School in Nashville, Arkansas.
Go Scrappers. Let's go.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
Clarendon.
No, college.
Harrison.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We won 3 championships there.
Harrison?
Henderson.
Okay.
Yeah,
Henderson. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, we had some really. I wasn't one of them.
I got you.
I was a try-hard guy. That way, you know what I mean? Hey, that was me.
Well, the world needs those two.
Hey, you got to have them, but I was surrounded by greatness.
Yeah.
I mean, we had great players. I don't know if you've ever heard of Roy Green.
Yeah, Roy Green.
Roy Jetstream Green.
Yeah, the speedster.
Yeah, he was a teammate of mine. Played at Henderson.
Magnolia native, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Ernest Roan from Ashdown.
Okay.
He was the captain of the Killer Bee defense for the Miami Dolphins. A walk-on at Henderson State.
That's wild.
Oh, yeah, a great player. Hey, those guys would have played for any team I ever coached on.
Yeah.
And we had multiple guys like that at that small school.
Yeah, Roy's a great story.
We were really good.
That's
man.
wild. I love that.
We won 40 games in 4 years.
That's crazy.
And lost 6.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Played for a national championship.
And?
Did not win it.
Who'd you play? Do you remember?
Texas A&I.
Okay.
Yeah, in Kingsville, Texas.
What year is this?
1974.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you went right from school into coaching?
Yep.
Okay.
I was coaching. I was actually at Nashville 1 year, and then I went to Desert.
Okay.
Okay. And
that's where our producer went to school.
I was teaching 9th grade girls PE, and I looked around and I said, hey, I'm either going to get into college coaching or I'm going to join the Marine Corps. I'm not doing this anymore. No more teaching ninth grade girls PE. No more. Okay.
Yep.
And then I caught a break. John David Crow. I don't know if you remember that name.
Absolutely.
He was the head coach at NLU, Northeast Louisiana. It's ULM now. And I caught a break there and got a job as a GA, okay? And then it kind of went on from there.
Yeah.
And I was at Northeast, and then I came to Arkansas with Lou Holtz, okay? And that was a real break.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, that was a real break, but
I know he was hard on his guys. Was he hard on his assistants?
oh, man, he fired me so many times. He would run you up into the stands and get out of here. He'd run you up in the stands, and then you'd have to sneak back down. You know?
What'd you coach for him?
I was offensive line.
Okay.
GA. I was a career offensive line coach.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, I look up to those guys.
Yeah.
When you say you look up to, I literally looked up to those guys.
Yeah,
you know.
no doubt.
Had great players.
Well, you probably had a hard time selling them on the fact that you played offensive line.
Yeah, they didn't really believe that.
Yeah.
You know, the way, people say, well, how can this guy coach the offensive line? Look at him. He's a little big guy. And my answer to that was, you know who Bella Caroli was?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I bet he couldn't do a flip.
Guaranteed.
But he could teach people how to do a flip.
Yep.
And the essence of coaching is not doing it. It's teaching them how to do it.
Yeah, no
okay?
doubt.
And, in coaching, there's 3 levels. There's the who do you block? There's the how do you block them? And then there's the why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? That's that's the essence of coaching.
Talking to JB Grimes, if you're just tuning in, he is a Hall of Famer. What was your reaction when you found out? You get the call. Who told you? I don't know how it all come about, but what was your reaction when you found out you were going in?
My reaction is how in the world is this happening, to a guy like me from where I came from? A small school in eastern Arkansas and then Henderson State. I mean, I've piggybacked on some great coaches.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, just about everybody I ever worked for is in the College Football Hall of Fame. Frank Beamer at Virginia Tech, R.C. Slocum at Texas A&M. I worked for Sylvester Croom, who was a great player at Alabama for Bear Bryant. Really had the Alabama job at one time. Pat Collins down in Louisiana. Lou Holtz, Ken Hatfield.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
I mean, Gus Malzahn in the Hall of Fame, in the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame. So I've worked with great coaches. All right. So I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I'm the beneficiary of other people.
Well, you must be pretty good at your job, too, if you keep getting opportunities, Coach. Now, can't sell yourself too short now.
When did you work with –
I am short.
When did you work with Croom? Was it when he was at Mississippi State?
Yeah, Mississippi State.
What years was that?
04, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Were you there when they lost to Maine, or was that before you got there?
Did you recruit me coming out of high school? Did you do recruiting at all?
Yep.
Because I'm like, when you said JB Grimes, I was like, what? That sounds way more. I was in Little Rock. I went to school in Little Rock.
CAC, Central Arkansas.
CAC. I don't know why. I just it's driving me nuts, and I'm pretty sure I went down there on a visit. He was one of my first offers. Croom gave me one of my first ones, and I'm pretty sure I met you there.
Yeah,
in Starkville.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Man.
You see how he just glossed over the Maine game?
No,
you weren't there yet.
No.
Okay.
I don't think we
That's
ever
not on
lost
you.
to Maine. Hey, I was in Arkansas when we lost to the Citadel.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that guy's fired. Hey, I walked in the next day and didn't have a job.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That is wild. What was your favorite stop along the way?
Oh, that's hard to say. We won.
What was your least favorite stop along the way?
Connecticut. Hey, I called Connecticut the land of opportunity. The first opportunity I got the hell out of there.
I love it. That is great.
We won 7 championships in 6 different leagues.
That is amazing.
At the different places. So, it's hard to say my favorite, but Virginia Tech. We went in there.
You were there when they had it rolling.
Well, I got there. Okay. They were about ready to fire Frank. We're getting ready to play Pitt in 1993.
Okay.
Johnny Majors is the head coach at Pitt.
Yep.
I mean, they were playing when Johnny comes marching home in Pittsburgh. Okay. It was his first game back as the head coach at Pitt. If we lose, this is the third game of the year in 1993. If we lose the game, we will be fired the next day. We know it. We've already been told. The AD told us, hey, y'all lose this game, you're out of here, okay? Hey, we beat them 55-7.
There we go.
Had 500 yards rushing, and the rest is history. And Frank's in the Hall of Fame now.
Listen, I know you've been coaching in a lot of games. You've been doing – how many years total did you coach?
43.
43 years, almost as long as I've been alive, Coach. Maine 9, Mississippi State 7 in 2004.
They did beat us.
You blocked it out of your mind. I love it. He didn't even remember it. I remember seeing this.
They say when you learn something, it creates a wrinkle in your brain. I'm a smooth head about that now.
Well, I remember because, I mean, obviously we work for Arkansas around here, so I was like, oh, my God, look at Mississippi State over here losing the Maine Black Bears. What are we doing? So, anyway.
Hey, let me tell you something. That job that Sylvester, when we inherited that job, it was really bad.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. And I take pride in what we did there.
Yeah.
You know, we left Dan Mullen when we got fired there. We left Dan Mullen stacked.
No doubt.
Hey, had guys like Fletcher Cox, people like that that'll be Pro Football Hall of Fame type guys. I mean, we just didn't have a quarterback. And then they got Zack, and
the rest is history.
You betcha.
Well, since I'm the jerky radio guy who brought up the bad loss, what was your favorite win or a couple of your biggest wins in your career?
Oh, you know, I mean, anytime you're at Auburn and you beat Alabama, okay?
Iron Bowl's pretty special.
Yeah, the 2013 kick six, you know. I was the offensive line coach at Alabama.
What are you thinking when that's all going down?
Well, when that went down, when it all happened, I went and found Kirby Smart and shook his hand. I did. I found Kirby.
That's terrible.
Okay. But beating Alabama.
Was he pleasant?
It was that. Hey.
Was Kirby nice to you?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
I bet he was in the best mood.
Yeah, Kirby's a hell of a guy. He's a great guy.
He's done a good job.
That was a heck of a win.
That's an amazing one. That's a great one. I remember that one like it was yesterday.
Yeah, that's one of those that'll go down in history.
Oh, for sure.
You know. But, hey, anytime you're Arkansas and you beat Texas, you know, I was with Lou in 1981, and Texas comes in. They're number one in the country. And literally now we're warming up before the game, and they come running onto the field for warm-ups, and everybody just stopped. Look at these dudes, man. They had some guys.
Yeah.
And when the dust settled, we had beat them 42-7.
Wow. David Basil's told this story before. Because Lou, is this the game where Lou comes in the locker room afterwards and he says, when you go talk to the media, you tell them this was not an upset?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
David, do you remember Baz when he was playing?
Heck yeah.
You got some Basil stories?
He's a great player.
Okay.
Hollywood.
Give me some good.
Hollywood.
Give me something I can make fun of him for, Coach. I need some dirt on him. Is what I'm looking for.
I don't have any, man.
Oh, come on. We're talking off the air.
I can't do it.
Well, listen. Congratulations. We got to run, but looking forward to seeing you tonight. And how long do you think your speech is going to go?
6 minutes.
Okay. You got to squeeze a lot of career in 6 minutes.
Hey, they give me 8. I'm going to do it in 6, baby.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the clock. You got a lot of ground to cover in 6 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Be impressive. Well, listen, I'm so happy for you, and I know Rush was thrilled, and everybody that's connected to you is excited for you, and it's awesome. And it is a great story growing up in Clarendon to where you are today. It's pretty incredible. What a career.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I really do.
Good having you on. Thank you for coming on.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
All right, Coach.
Appreciate it.
All right,
yes, sir.
We're going to hit a break. David Longinotti's here. Zach's stopping by. There he is over there. We're going to be all Oaklawn all the time here in a minute. And Steve Asmussen's going to join us a little bit later on. Speaking of Hall of Famers, the winningest trainer of all time here in North America. So we'll talk to him in a bit as well.
1 second.
Yes, sir.
It's funny that he and I both had career epiphanies at Des Arc High School, where I was substitute teaching before I worked here, and I was like, man, I think I can get into radio.
I didn't realize that.
Yep.
I don't know if I've ever heard this story before.
Yeah, so I was substitute teaching. I was going to be a history teacher before I decided to come into radio because I like history. So I'm a history minor, but I was substitute teaching at the high school, and it was fine. I liked doing it, but I was like, man, my passion's just sports.
Yes.
And I used to listen to you guys every day, and I was like, you know what? I can do that.
Well, if you listen to us, you think anybody can do it. I mean, who are we kidding here? Come on. I am very self-aware, you know. So, well, that's awesome. That's a great story too. You're a Hall of Famer in my book, Christian.
And
the good news is you got a long way to go.
He had a lot more success than I, of course. But
Yes. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk some gambling, and we'll talk a little bit of horse racing. And Steve Asmussen's coming up later this hour. We've got Felix Jones, the great Arkansas running back, joining us here in the 12 o'clock hour as well. DJ is going to try to tackle him in open space.
Let's get it.
I can't wait to see it. Speaking of that, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS will be available to you afterwards, DJ.
Right now.
They've got a walk-in clinic now, or crawl-in in your case, if you try to tackle Felix and blow a hamstring. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and on Saturday 8 to noon. So if you got an injury as a weekend warrior playing sports, or maybe you're out working on your lawn, you carried one too many bags of mulch, my man.
Sand. Big bags
of
sand.
Sand sucks. That is terrible, the worst. Yeah. Injuries, joint pain, sprained ankle, back pain, any kind of orthopedic issue, walk on in there, and you're going to feel a lot better when you roll on out. You're going to get the top-notch fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons working on you to make sure that you are back up and running and don't live in pain. If you got an injury, go get it looked at. And you can call ahead if you want more information, but it's right there in the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital, UAMS Health. We're going to be over there in a couple weeks. It is a beautiful facility right off I-630, super convenient. Go by and see them, 501-686-8674. We're back at Oaklawn in a moment in the zone on the Buzz Radio Network.
All the brothers on the basketball court. Going to the movies with your homegirls crew while a businessman in suits be hawking you.
Tickets are on sale now for the 21st annual Double B's BuzzBQ happening May 10th at the downtown Riverside RV Park. Go to buzzbq.com for tickets and more info.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas spring football practices continue, and yesterday defensive coordinator Travis Williams spoke to the media. Among the things he talked about was the depth or lack thereof on defense.
We don't have the depth that we would have in the spring. And then for us defensively, like I talked to the staff, is, man, we football coaches. So you could complain about the depth, or you could coach football and get guys better. So we just been focusing on, okay, who's out there? Let's get them better, and you can see the defense is getting better as a whole.
Arkansas will scrimmage again tomorrow, and the Arkansas Travelers beat the Tulsa Drillers 4-3 last night. They entered the bottom of the ninth trailing 3-0, but scored 4 runs in the inning to take the win. The two teams will play again tonight at 7:05. Radio coverage can be heard on 106.7 Buzz 2. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Live fan feedback on 103.7 The Buzz is powered by Whit Davis Lumber Plus. Whit Davis Lumber Plus, more than a lumber yard.
Hi, my name is Nita Freeman, and I'm the marketing director for Genesis of Conway. In our new store that opened in November, we have been a partner with the Buzz from the very beginning. We love all the packages that we get from them. They are helping us promote our big golf tournament, the Genesis of Conway Central Arkansas Open. Robert Davidson is awesome, is a great partner. He is willing to go above and beyond to do whatever we need to make our partnership successful.
For more information on advertising, call me, Robert Davidson, 501-744-1279.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See Shelter Agent Drew Self in Hot Springs, Todd Matthews in Benton, or Alex Blake in Little Rock today.
At Arkansas Urology, we believe that taking care of your health is a priority. From routine checkups to advanced prostate cancer treatments, our team of expert providers are here to help you feel your best. With convenient locations around the state and state-of-the-art care, we make it easy to put your health first. Schedule your appointment today. Call 877-321-8452. Arkansas Urology. Better health starts here because we are urology.
If you have a passion for adventure and unmatched quality, then head to Honda of North Little Rock for the best lineup of quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. They have Honda's best models and will find the perfect ride just for you. That's Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Tito's Handmade Vodka presents the 2025 Buzz Spring Golf Tournament, April 14th at the Burns Park Golf Course. Register your 4-person team now at 1037thebuzz.com. Special thanks to Twin Peaks, Michelob Ultra, and Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
Want to get into the zone but can't call? Hit us up on our Wed Davis Lumber Plus live fan feedback or by texting our D3 Auto Sales text line at 501-661-1037.
Well, JB Grimes really let me down. It's great having him on the air as we welcome him back in. David Longinotti's here. Zach Gillham is here. DJ Williams' wings are here, so he's out for a minute. But we got plenty to get to, gentlemen. Good to see you. I thought JB would give me some Baz dirt. I'm so disappointed in him, but I'm going to grill him later tonight. I might try to get a couple beers in him and see if I can get him to spill the beans. I don't know if the man drinks, but I'll put up a couple beers in me and I'll grill him. Whatever. Good to see you, fellas. It's a Hall of Fame weekend, and you got a Hall of Fame horse running tomorrow we're excited about with Torpedo Anna. We got a nice card today that starts at 12:20. And Zach, plenty of things to wager on at Oaklawn Sports as well. So we're going to let you get in and out because we've got Steve Asmussen, the Hall of Famer, speaking of Hall of Famers, coming up in a minute here. But what are we looking at this week? We've got Razorback Baseball, MLB, futures wagers. And I told the listeners yesterday, hard to believe, how about this one? Florida was 60-1 to win the national championship in basketball last season at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
Dang it.
I know they were 18-1 in January.
We had a thing. It was plus 6,000 in April, right, Zach?
Yeah, it was right when it posted last year. They were 60-1, and they stayed that number for a lot of the summer.
Yeah,
it was you got that number until we got closer to the season.
We call that a missed opportunity. Oops, could have paid for lunch.
Yeah.
If you're looking for one of those 60-1s this year, that'd be Creighton, Iowa, Oregon, Texas, Villanova, Wisconsin. Those are your 60-1s.
I'm good.
I don't like them. None of them.
I'll take Duke at 18-1 or whatever they are. What are they now?
They are down to 10-1.
Okay.
Duke is the favorite, 10-1. Houston 13-1. The Razorbacks your third choice or co-third choice at 14-1.
Okay. How about have we got college baseball on the board yet?
College baseball, that is going to hit the board any moment now. Arkansas will be a slight favorite in that game. You still have future markets on, but Georgia game today, that will hit the board within the next 30 minutes. You have the Masters ongoing live wagering available. Scheffler's still your favorite, plus 225.
So I told you guys, I bet after the first round a couple years ago, and I bet on Matsuyama and won, and it still paid like 7-1 or something, even after the first round was already in the books. So, again, this is a good time to do it. You still get Scheffler at better than 2-1. Bryson DeChambeau's at plus 275. Justin Rose, who was the first-round leader, apparently he's fallen off a bit. He hasn't. He's only made a couple of birdies today, though, so he's made a couple of he's gained a couple of strokes.
He's still 3 strokes up.
Yeah, he's 9 under, so you can get him right now if you think he can hold on at 5-1. And Auburn's another guy that a lot of people are excited about. I got a buddy who bet on him before the tournament started. He's a plus 1,100, so he might be worth a run. He by the way is even on the day. Started at 4 under, is 4 under, but he's still right there in the mix. There's a couple other guys in here that I'm not real familiar with. McCarty, Matt McCarty's an American. It's his Masters debut. He started out with a double bogeyed the second. Then he's had 7 birdies since. So
the course is receptive. There are some hot rounds on the course. I mean, you have DeChambeau's 4 under through 8 holes today. M is 4 under through 10. Hogarth is 5 under through 10. So, I mean, the course is receptive. If they're hitting the shots, they can score. Wouldn't be shocked to see this one get close to that double-digit to be leader after the second round.
Anybody who doesn't think golfers are athletes, if you don't watch Bryson DeChambeau, and I'm not saying they're all built the same.
He's different.
That dude plays 18 holes, and he goes out, and he's on the range swinging his driver as hard as he can for like an hour after the round. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
The clip watching VJ watch him hit balls is one of my favorite things to
Hilarious.
watch. Yeah.
Also, we mentioned this yesterday. There was another Hitler anniversary, and so we brought up Bryce Mitchell, who's in the Octagon this weekend. He will be taking on Gene Silva. He is an underdog, but not as big an underdog as he was when we started the day yesterday, Zach.
Yeah, he is now plus 175. Silva minus 225. Great card for UFC 314. Kicks off about 5 p.m. and will go to about midnight.
Yeah, there's a lot of high-ranked folks. We got a 1 versus 3 tomorrow as part of this thing. Volkanovski against Lopez.
Yep.
Number 1 against number 3.
And Volkanovski is minus 150 to defend that belt.
That's pretty good. You know, and when you get that in a boxing or UFC, those are pretty good odds, I think.
Yeah, and then Paddy Pimblett, he is minus 143 over Michael Chandler. That's going to be another. That's the co-main event or the fight leading into the main event. That will be a big fight, so a lot going on there. F1 this weekend, I know that's Justin's favorite sport.
My favorite.
They just got done with practice 2.
Can't get enough of it.
Yeah, just got done with practice 2. We have practice 3 at 7:30 tomorrow morning. They'll do qualifying in the afternoon, and then the race is Sunday morning. So it's actually the first race of the year. You don't have to stay up and be a night owl to watch it. It will be Sunday morning about 10 a.m. they'll start that race.
You sent me a message about already over under for Arkansas wins next year, right?
Yes, football. And that was
already
5.5.
Yep.
For the Razorbacks.
You on it?
I don't know.
We got to think about it.
The one that's interesting is Oklahoma to me at 6.5, because if he wins 6 or 7 games, they're going to kill him. They will run.
Who is it?
It's oh my gosh, the longtime defensive coordinator, who's the head coach now. Venables, yeah. Brett Venables,
yeah.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And it is still 6.5.
We got to hit a break. We're going to talk to Steve Asmussen in a second. Zach, I appreciate you. Oaklawnsports.com. Download it for your iPhone or your Android, and there you go.
Yeah, and check it out daily. Profit Boost going live. Different sports. Some you can use for all sports. Some that are specific to leagues or sports. So dive into that. New users up to $1,000 in bonus bets activated on your first deposit. All the info on Oaklawn Sports.
All right, very good. We're going to talk to David about some horse racing here in a second. I do want to tell you about, if you're heading down to Oaklawn, do not drive distracted, please. We all need to be safe, and I want you to be careful on your way down here as we head to our break. And again, thousands and thousands of people have died, and hundreds more will die this year because of distracted drivers. Be a part of the solution. Don't be a part of the problem. Lock your radio in on 103.7 The Buzz before you pull out of the driveway, and then don't touch it again, ever, for the rest of your life. Focus on the road. Watch out for the other cars. Look out for other people. And take care of your loved ones and yourself. I don't know if you like yourself a lot, but I like you, and I want you to stick around as a listener. So I want you to be careful out there. I do not want you getting tickets either. So put the phone away. Even if you've got to lock it up in the glove box, feel free to do what you got to do. But be safe out there, and look out for one another. We appreciate you listening to our message and also following suit. Be a part of the solution. Thanks to our friends at the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office. It's 11:45. Steve Asmussen joining us on the other side of the break. In the zone.
Surrounded by the remnants, what we could and couldn't have.
Welcome to Moe's. Hey guys, this is Brandon with Moe's Southwest Grill. We welcome you in for the freshest Tex-Mex you'll find outside of your own garden. Check us out on Mo Mondays, where we have bowls and burritos starting at $7.99. And remember, your kids always eat free with us on Sundays. Let Moe's cater your next event. Schedule online at Moe's.com. And while you're there, download our app for weekly specials. Stop by anytime, where you'll always get the freshest Tex-Mex, and you'll always hear us say, "Welcome to Moe's."
A great tradition continues. Cake live in concert.
I want a girl with a short skirt and a long jacket.
An evening with Cake. April 17th, First Security Amphitheater.
Never there. You're never there.
On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
He's going for speed. He's going the distance.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, if it doesn't involve fast horses, daily doubles, high fives, and corned beef sandwiches, you may be doing it wrong. Every weekend through May 3rd, Oaklawn has live thoroughbred racing. Whether your Oaklawn is cheering from the home stretch, dining in the Bugler restaurant, or raising a glass at the First Turn bar, your race day is whatever you want it to be. Make reservations today at Oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Look, there's feelings, and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is, you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business. And that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's RAMP.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to The Zone. Our goal each day is to entertain,
Are you not entertained?
inform,
I am the smartest man alive!
and make you laugh. Let's see what the guys have in store today.
We're not scared to lose it all. Security come through the wall. Future dreams we have to read.
All right, we are working to get Steve Asmussen on the air here in a moment. David Longinati is here. David, tell Tell everybody about Oaklawn Anywhere and why it's so awesome while we're lining up Mr. Mr. Asmussen to talk to us. We already got you lined up.
One of us is in the Hall of Fame. The other one will never be in the Hall of Fame, only if he pays the admission.
There you go.
Oaklawn Anywhere. If you're not an Oaklawn Anywhere customer yet, you really need to be. You can sign up anytime very easily. If you're an iPhone or iPad user, just open up the App Store and do a search for Oaklawn Anywhere. Android users or on a desktop, open up any browser, click, type in the address bar bet.oaklawn.com. It'll take you directly to the sign-up page. And the way we have a $150 bonus available. The first 30 days you join, for every $200 you wager, we give you $50 back.
Okay, I like all that. And I like the fact you can actually watch the races on there, too. I think that's pretty awesome also.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Ooh.
Yeah, I think you can have videos available, replays are available, all kinds of past performance information is available as well. So I mean, it's a great tool. It's fun to have, and I've had people tell me, like Bill Walmsley, who's the president of the HBPA, used it while he was in Ireland at the Curragh to bet races at the Curragh.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
I thought you had to be – it's not one you have to be in Arkansas on?
No.
You just have to be an Arkansas resident.
You just have to be an Arkansas resident to join, and you have to be located in an area where pari-mutuel wagering is legal and account wagering is legal.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wager from Ireland this year, too.
There you go.
And I'll let you know how it goes.
There you go.
All right.
You need to go to the Curragh if you're there anyway.
I think I do. I'm going to be going over for a football game, but I could definitely make some time for horse racing. Sounds amazing. Steve Asmussen makes some time for horse racing as well. He's joining us on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline. Steve, it's great to have you back. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Well, we got a big weekend coming up, and we're going to air this again on Saturday on Oaklawn Race Day, so you're going to get two for the price of one. So we get a whole lot of Steve this week, which is great. And obviously with your career, it's Hall of Fame weekend here, and obviously as a Hall of Famer, you can certainly appreciate that. But we're doing the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame banquet tonight here at Oaklawn. But Skelly, who's a Hall of Fame horse and has certainly had a lot of success here, running on this Friday. By the time folks listen to this tomorrow, he will already have run. But he is a huge favorite this weekend, almost on par with Torpedo Anna, who's a giant favorite on Saturday as well. But how is he training up to today? Certainly the odds makers like him.
Right. Extremely excited to get Skelly back to the races. Took a break after the last year's Breeders' Cup. Definitely missed a little time over the winter, with all the rain and some of the freezing temperatures, the extreme weather we've had over the winter. So we're a little later to the dance than would be ideal. But obviously very excited for today and to getting back the races.
Well, and Steve, it seems like he was your Sprinter Hall of Fame last year, and this year you've got a couple others that you've got in the Count Fleet. You'll be going for your fourth consecutive Count Fleet win with Booth, who is going to be the 2-5 favorite, or with Rivet. So tell us about Booth. He just developed very quickly this year.
Well, he came out first time out. He ran that kind of a race, and we were expecting him to be one of the the Heidelberg sprinters, and as you'd mentioned, previous Count Fleet winners before, being a son of Matoli, and definitely got off track with him. Just obviously it's taken a couple of years for him to regain the form that he showed when he first started. But his last two races at Oaklawn have been, extremely fast, high buyer numbers, and we expect more of the same of him in the Count Fleet. So with the winter that we've had, where we got a little off track with some of the sprinters like Skelly and Valentine Candy that were on a bit of a break, Booth, who has, taken advantage of that and run two exceptional races in a row.
Talking to Steve Asmussen, if you're just tuning in here, and looking forward to this weekend. And tomorrow's big race, $1.25 million up for grabs over 1.16 miles for the Apple Blossom Handicap. And obviously very heavy favorite in here, the defending horse of the year, Torpedo Anna, 2-5 favorite. There was a PGA golfer one time that was asked if he feels like he could win every race or every tournament he enters, and he said no. And they said, well, why do you enter then? He said, because they pay a lot of money for 20th. There's a huge purse here. and again, there are some folks who are going, okay, on paper, this is a no-question deal. How good do you feel about Neon Beach, and how do you approach a race like this with such a heavy favorite?
Well, it's great opportunity being the apple blossom in the history of that race. Nia Beach is stakes placed mare, made upwards of $400,000, but she's not of the same ability level of Torpedo Anna. But with me saying that, your past performances don't win horse races. You have to show up and perform. And, there's just, my father always told me, they're so sure of the outcome, they'll let you bet on it.
You're also in the midst of preparing for the Kentucky Derby. You've got 2 qualifiers and Publisher, who ran second in the Arkansas Derby, and Tistastic, winner of the Louisiana Derby. What are your plans with those 2 as we approach the Kentucky Derby?
Well, I did. Both horses have moved to Churchill Downs. Publisher, as you mentioned, off as second in the Arkansas Derby, as well as Tistastic moving to Churchill off of winning the Louisiana Derby at the fairgrounds. Definitely have had a tremendous amount of water over the last 2 weeks, 10 days in the Louisville area, and expecting a good enough racetrack to get their first breeze at Churchill Downs on Saturday morning.
Oh, we were very impressed with Publisher, and again, the way that the Derby set up, you had a big finish, I guess, by the 1-2 horses, including yours. Is that the kind of style you like? I mean, you like him sort of kicking at the end there, or would you like to have seen him out closer to the front?
It's a great. It gives you a lot of comfort knowing that the Derby's another 1/8 of a mile and a mile and a quarter, and you must, have success in the Derby. You're going to have to be able to stay the whole mile and a quarter, and I feel very good about the distance for both of our expected Derby entrants this year.
I see. With Publisher and Tistastic, I mean, is it? I know when you work horses in the morning, you're working as sets. Are they in different sets, same sets? How do you manage that?
We'll start off their preparation together and measure what we think that they need, whether they stay together or pick up different company. But I will start off with putting them together, and then as it amps up and we get closer, and I expect more of them, it'll be depending upon how they're taking their previous day or week's training.
All right, thank you, Steve. I appreciate you joining us today, and good luck tomorrow. And I guess
thank you very much. Thank you very much. We'll try to put it to good use.
All right, thank you very much, Steve.
All right, thank you very much. That is Steve Asmussen. And what's up? What?
No, I just think Steve is he's become really good with the media. Of course, he's got his 2 sons riding with him this year.
Yeah, I was going to ask him about that, but I figured we're kind of getting close on time, and I didn't know if he had them riding for him this weekend or not. But I know obviously they have worked well together over the years. So
well, and part of the issue with Booth, as we talked about, is it seems to me like in looking at him this year, Eric Asmussen is the younger of the Asmussen brothers, and something about him, when he gets on that horse has really started taking off and running very, very well. So there is such a thing as riders fitting different horses, and Keith Asmussen, the older son, his first ever stakes winner as a jockey was with Rivet. So
okay.
So there's a reason that he puts his sons on the different horses.
Quickly here, D3 Auto Sales text line. It's not legal in Mississippi, talking about using the Oaklawn Anywhere. Didn't get to play the Arkansas Derby. Sorry about that. You should have come over and hung out with us.
Just drive across the river.
Ask DJ if playing the Tesla game with my wife in the truck is distracted driving. What's the Tesla game? I don't know what that is.
Playing the Tesla game?
I don't know. Do you
what
point out
kind of game y'all got going on?
Maybe you point out Teslas when you're there. I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
Please have JB Grimes on your show all the time. What a great listen.
Yeah,
he was amazing. Taylor loved him too.
You know how many stories he probably has?
1 million. This guy says 3 more OKs and I win the over. Just having fun. Love hearing the stories. Come on, Coach, he says. He was great. We're up against it. I hear music. David Lontanati, thank you. Tomorrow, Oaklawn race day at 11.
11 a.m.
Yep, first race today is at 12:20, so we are not far off. Stick around.
Justin Acri with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
Roger Scott for Gravely Mowers. You know, when it comes to beautiful lawns, nothing cuts like a Gravely. When it comes to cutting prices, there's nothing like Gravely's biggest sale of the year, Mow the Distance. And this year, it's even bigger than ever. Because on March 17th through April 19th, you can save thousands of dollars with 0% interest over 48 months on all models. So hurry on down now to your local authorized Gravely dealer like Chapel Hardware in Pine Bluff or Triple C Sales and Service in Conway.
Morning Mayhem wants to know, is it fact or is it crap? Listen each week for your chance to play, presented by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
Sports talk and entertainment.
I can't understand your food in your mouth.
That'll put a smile on your face.
I'm being serious. I can't understand a word you're saying.
KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
Arkansas is now one of several states with confirmed cases of the measles. The Arkansas Department of Health identified the first 2 cases in the state since 2018. ADH says the 2 cases were reported in a child in Saline County and a child in Faulkner County. Both were exposed during out-of-state travel and were unvaccinated. Officials say the virus is highly contagious, especially to those unvaccinated. A couple in Conway County is facing felony theft charges in what Attorney General Tim Griffin is calling the single biggest bust in his fight against retail crime. Andrew Selwood and Robin Rosamond Selwood are accused of illegally buying over $2 million in merchandise from Home Depot using stolen data from more than 6,000 gift cards. AG Griffin says during a search of their home, officers found nearly $116,000 worth of merchandise. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
It's going to be a beautiful sunny day, a little cooler than yesterday, of course, with a north-northwest wind of 10 to 15 miles per hour. Little Rock will have a high of 72. Tonight, clear, pretty chilly, will drop down to 43. A beautiful sunny Saturday with a high around 70. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
The Electric Cooperatives got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission? To provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Bob Euchre said, "People don't know this, but I helped the Cardinals win the pennant. I came down with hepatitis. The trainer injected me with it." While the marginally talented Euchre was a middling player, he was a legendary raconteur and announcer. Upon hitting a home run off the great Sandy Koufax, Euchre apologized to the Dodger left-hander, saying he hoped that wouldn't keep Koufax out of the Hall of Fame. Here's hoping that if Bob Euchre has a seat in heaven, well, it must be in the front row, as he usually put it. Ask your Doublebee's cashiers about signing up for a rewards card where you can save money on purchases at all stores. As the saying goes, membership has its privileges. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
If you're like a lot of people I know, you're spending a lot of time at home this year watching basketball and other sports, and your home's your happy place. You may be noticing, though, the scuffs and faded colors on your walls, and that can drive you crazy. That's where CertaPro can help with a paint refresh. They can make your experience worry-free, starting with a free estimate. They're always easy, and they get you a quote right away. Schedule your estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. And each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Holthus.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? No way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
See shelter agent Vic Seidenschwartz in Carlisle, Lawrence Forrester in Cabot, or Hayden Strickland in Sherwood.
Look, there's feelings, and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is, you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business. And that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's RAMP.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, you want to know what really happened here in Hot Springs? I'm not talking, but there's a guy at 510 Central Avenue in Hot Springs, a wise guy. He'll tell you all you need to know, but not enough to get you whacked. Your hope. The Gangster Museum of America. TGMOA.com.
Experience the rich history of America's first resort at the Gangster Museum of America and the Hattery. Check out the Gangster Museum of America, 510 Central Avenue, 501-318-1717, or visit us at TGMOA.com.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Rick Schaefer, and I hope you had a great weekend. Monday, when we get back, get ready, because we're bringing in Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen, Hogsports.com's Trey Biddy, thanks to Chris Crane, Hyundai and Genesis of Conway, the Shooter, Pat Bradley, thanks to Bet Saracen, and Razorback Nolan Souza, thanks to Seth Boyd Insurance. See you Monday on 103.7 The Buzz.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat or the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go. Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even in starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, but a picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote.
All right, we're back at Oaklawn for our final hour. We got a lot to do in the final hour. Chance at Chumps coming up, brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill. I just saw Bree and Rob, the owners, and I don't know if Tia made it over here. She's probably doing all the work, getting ready for tonight. But they've got live music over there tonight and tomorrow, and so we're going to go hang out over there after the banquet tonight. It's been a Hall of Fame day and an all-time great, still a record holder. I might give him an intro about as good as I did for Sterner. You know him, number 25 in your program, number 1 in your heart.
2-5 going live.
From Tulsa, Oklahoma.
You know it.
There he is, Felix Jones, ladies and gentlemen. A hard man to run down. But we got him. We got him. I told DJ, Felix, I want to try to get him to tackle you in open space. You think you can stay away from him in here for a while?
Are you laughing because we're too old for that, or are you laughing because you know I can't do it? What is it?
I just keep myself off.
That means I can't do it.
Hey, I know DJ can do it.
No.
He always been able to be a good football player. So, yeah, he could track me down if he wanted to.
When's the last time you tackled somebody?
I don't know if I ever.
You have a special teams tackle in college or anything?
I did have a special teams tackle.
You played defense in high school, right?
It would be high school, but and
come on, DJ.
Tackling was my thing, man. It was trying not to get tackled. That was our thing, you know.
Yeah, you was grabbing that ball.
Yeah, I was holding it now.
Yeah,
yes,
already,
I was.
I hear you.
Felix, were you a running back out the gate, or did you play some other positions?
Yeah, I was a wide receiver.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Until when?
Until my coach in high school said, "Hey, you can't catch the ball good, but you can run it. So we're gonna put you in the backfield."
And what year was this? How old are you?
I was a sophomore in high school, and this is where my story started because I broke my leg my junior year, and it was. I thought football was over with at that point in time.
Really?
So, yeah. So that's when I got into track. I got into doing other things that I didn't normally do, and I found out, hey, I'm better than what I thought I was. And went down to Arkansas, and it's like, okay, my goal is to be the best, but Darren was already there. So I said, all right, I'm gonna be the best I can be, while he's here. Even with Peyton, all them, these guys are already here. So, that was reshaped my thought process, and I came in, I just want to be good, a part of this perfection that we got here. So yeah, DJ, you came along right time, man.
Yeah, dude. I got to see it all unfold. And what was fun and what I think kids miss out nowadays is when you came in, Darren's here, Peyton's here, y'all all understood, y'all all had it. And they made each other better. And because it was, as much as they are boys, they also want to play. And they're super competitive. It's like, okay, you got me this week. I'm going to work hard and make you earn your spot, keep your spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just made everyone better. But you just don't see that nowadays because they got the portal. They'd be like, Darren's there. Let me just head somewhere else.
Come on, DJ. If I had that at that point in time,
you might have been gone.
Man.
Would you have left or would you stuck around? Or you don't know?
I think I would have left.
I get it, but that's the situation because, there is no 1-2 punch now because for sure you could have went somewhere and been the guy. But looking at it, staying there made you that much better.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to think they would have paid you so much money you wouldn't have wanted to leave.
If we had an in-out.
Oh, you imagine?
Come on, man. We would have been sitting here on the couch like this getting money.
Hey, if you would have gotten $1 for every Felix Jones jersey that got sold.
Come on now.
You could be retired.
Good days.
I still wanted to go to the professional league, though. But
Yeah.
still, well, no, I don't think they would have paid me that much because I still had to run behind Darren in that number 5 jersey.
Yeah.
I had to get these 25 jerseys. But, yeah, no, it's a different ball league right now for kids and being in college. And, I push every kid that's going to be in college. Hey, stay. This is where you want to be.
Yeah.
This is exactly where you want to be now.
Yeah. Are you in the Oklahoma Hall of Fame? Sports Hall of Fame?
Mm-mm.
When you got the call, I don't think anybody was shocked when your name was mentioned, but, what was your reaction when you found out you were going in?
I stay sorry. Oklahoma don't.
Come on, Oklahoma.
Come on, Oklahoma. No, but I really do appreciate the state of Arkansas for recognizing, the little things that I did. As a kid, man, this wasn't, the accolades that I was looking for.
Right.
I just wanted to make some money, take care of my family. And it happened that way, but the way Arkansas loves, the game of football or just Arkansas, the Razorbacks, period. I didn't know it was, that type of, family oriented type of people, so DJ, man, I'm telling you, man.
If that ain't a recruiting note right there. They need to clip that, send it to the University of Arkansas. Because, Coach Nutt used to say it all the time. And, when you first meet Coach Nutt, you know he's got your back, but he always used to say it, once a Razorback, always a Razorback.
Always a Razorback,
You know, but now that we're older, we really know what that means. And it's about that love and that support and the opportunity. But he always would say, you know, as long as you do right, keep your name clean, you will always have a place to call home, and they're going to take care of you. And he really meant that when he said it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What are your favorite memories?
I had one. My mom and dad dropped me off, and they just left me. I think that's one of my favorite memories because it's
and they dropped you off in Fayetteville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Another memory is
How about a game memory?
Wait a minute. What do you mean they just left? I mean, did we say, like, you know, walk you up to the dorm room, or they just dropped you off at the corner and said, all right?
We was in the middle of the parking lot. took everything out the car.
Yeah.
Dropped it on the floor, on the ground.
Yeah.
All right, son. We about to go.
Oh, that's great.
I'm dying.
I couldn't be mad at them.
Yeah,
I could not be mad at them with that because it was like, all right, I understand where I'm at.
Yeah.
And it's time to go to work. Yeah. So
You have a favorite game? How about a game memory? Is there a play or a game that stands out in your mind after all the good ones?
Man, I told this story the other day. I was talking to LaDainian Thomas.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
He was all right.
I told him, man, the first time I got hit by legit linebacker, Patrick Willis.
Ole Miss.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah, he coming.
Man, he hit me so hard. I laid on my back and I was looking at the sky. And I asked myself, do I really want to do this?
That's what usually moments like that is what makes a lot of basketball players in high school. They feel, this football stuff ain't for me. Let me go play another sport.
Well, the football stuff wasn't for me either. Do I really want to do this?
I'm done.
So,
y'all's first year, you guys didn't play right out of the gate, right? Did you guys wait a few games before you guys got in, or did you guys play in the first games? I'm trying to think the first year you guys were, because I thought Darren, they held him for a little bit.
They got to it, because remember, Hillis had some injuries with his back. You remember that?
Yeah.
And then these
was
two
Darren
came
a year ahead of you guys? Came the same year?
Same year.
Mm-hmm.
They came in 1-2 punch out of the gate.
I thought, because I don't know why I thought that. Anyway, I got to ask you about a game, and I'm like Mr. Negative guy. This is a typical media guy.
Come on.
There was a game that made Felix. I ain't gonna lie, I left in the third quarter. I was so pissed, and then y'all came back. You guys were playing Auburn in Fayetteville, and Coach,
I didn't get to play that game.
You did play that game, but they didn't give you.
I played the last few minutes. I know what game you talking about.
You all kept running the ball between the tackles, and they had the box loaded the entire night. And I'm like, will you please give the ball to Felix or Darren and get it outside? I mean, you guys were more athletic than them, but that was when what's-his-face, the psycho defensive coordinator was there who became the head coach.
Reggie Heron?
Yeah.
No, for I'm talking about for Ole Miss. I'm not for Ole Miss, for Auburn. For Auburn. The guy who ended up coaching in Florida. Oh, Muschamp. Muschamp.
Okay, yeah.
And they had to load up. He was a great defensive coordinator, but, man, he had a great plan for y'all, but he kept running between the tackles. I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. We left, went to the bar and watched it, and then you hit a tight end, took the lead.
This was a low-scoring game, right?
Very low-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
I was so mad. I was like, I don't know what y'all are doing, but you're driving me crazy.
No, I
need more touches for Felix.
I didn't get into the later part of the game.
What happened? Did you get in trouble? What happened there?
I don't know. You got to ask Coach.
Were you in the doghouse? When I see him, then I'm going to ask him about that game.
The thing is, though, and this is what, kind of gets me, is because, I always been a part of the game. But, it's always a point in time where, let's put Darren in, let's run him. I like shit. Excuse me.
It's okay. We'll pay the fine. That's cool.
Come on,
no problem.
Yeah. Put me in the game.
Yeah.
Put me in the game.
We were all calling for it.
Yeah.
I had a few pops for the game, and I was like, people around me were like, what's wrong? I'm like, I can't take this anymore. I said, we're going. I had a group of 4 people. I'm like, we're leaving. Let's go.
No, I get it. And, that attitude right there is what you got to love, too, because when you got 2 superstars, you try to figure out there's always going to be some friction because you got 2 dogs that are both alphas.
Yeah.
And so that was just always special to watch. And me being young, because I was a freshman y'all's last year when y'all were juniors, and sitting back watching them, and the most impressive thing that I saw between these two was not even on the game field on Saturdays. It was through the week in practice and in workouts. Mm-hmm. And these two, first of all, I thought I was athletic coming out of high school. I learned real quick there's a different level to this thing.
Dude.
And these two, when you think superstars, you think people who kind of go through the motions. No. I mean, bleachers, sprints, it was always Darren and Felix trying to see who could out broad jump each other, who was faster. It was just really special to watch, and very, very happy that you're getting all this recognition and now into the Hall of Fame, man. It was special, man.
Oklahoma, you've been served notice. Get your act together. What are y'all doing over there? What are you doing these days?
Oh man, I just got into a new project. I think I'm a coach.
Okay.
Where?
It's Arlington team, a high school team. It's called Oak Ridge, and a little small private school. Hopefully, I can get in there and help some kids. You know, make it to the next level. Man.
You know, some of the great players have a hard time coaching. Does it frustrate you when you watch a kid and you're like, "Do it like this," and you're like, "They can't do it like that. They can't do it like you did it."
Only frustration thing that I kind of go through is with my own girls, my babies.
Okay.
Because they look at me like, Daddy, you don't know what you're talking about.
How old are your daughters?
I got 6 and a 10-year-old.
Okay. Well, you'll notice when they get to about 20, you're going to be a lot smarter.
Well, I'll tell you this. My 10-year-old right now, she's a track star, and she does not want to understand. I tell her, all right, you keep working. Daddy, it's too much. But she runs the 400.
Oh my,
that's
a tough one.
Yeah, and she runs it very good, but she gets anxiety a little bit about running that, and I'm like, you should relax, just run, do your game. Daddy, you don't know what it means. you don't know what you're talking about.
You got to roll the tape.
Yeah.
Put the tape on.
Yeah, you don't know what it's like being in a big stage with a lot of pressure.
Yes, sir. Exactly. So I get that, and I'm like, baby, come on now. You can just run your race.
Have you taken her to Cowboy Stadium and said, "I played in here"? Like I've seen it. I know it.
I show her all the time when I watch videos. Yeah, I watch myself. It's like, look, Daddy did it. Daddy, that's old.
It's different nowadays. Game done changed.
Yeah.
I'll say this, are you not about getting into coaching? Because it popped into my mind, too, because I really like that aspect of the game. But I think where I would struggle is trying to – if there's a kid that really is, why do we have to do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, trying to explain to them why this would be good. Because, you know, us growing up, we hated sitting at home. We just wanted to do push-ups, go to the track. We always wanted to work on our craft, you know. So, I mean, if you come across that, a kid who's just kind of like, you have to force him to get to the gym, you have to force him to put in that work, how would you handle that?
I would have to.
Because that's what coaches do, you know. That's part of it.
The thing is, it's like, okay, do you see? I couldn't tell him, look at me.
Yeah.
Because that's what, eventually when you get into the gym, you do your thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you work out, you perform yourself. You're getting yourself into this area. So, the thing, man, it's performance. It's letting you know that I can do it. It's confidence that comes with it as well. And then when the confidence get there, you got to show yourself, all right, I'm able to withstand this pressure. And then when you understand that, you just got to keep working, and then you see that, all right, the pressure ain't busting me yet.
Yep.
You know, because you can be in a certain point where it's, hey, you the one that's got to do us. You the one that's got to take us to the next level. But if you don't understand, if you ain't had the confidence in yourself to do it, it's not gonna work. And that was the thing with me and Darren.
Yeah.
Because my confidence could easily been took it away.
Yeah.
Because they showing so much. No. Well, I can't wait to get the ball in my hands. I'm gonna show you that. He can't do it. He can do it, but I'm gonna do it a little better. I'm gonna show you how I can do it a little better. So, I mean, that was the confidence in me, and that's the only thing I can kind of coach a player on. You know, if you have somebody else talented to you, don't get down on yourself.
Yep.
Keep working.
Yep.
Keep competing, because that's where it's going to make the difference at.
Yep.
Did you bring your daughters tonight?
Mm-mm.
You should have. That's where you messed up.
I did.
They watch you go in the Hall of Fame to be like, Daddy, you were real.
My wife, she said if she would have seen these horses, they would have been.
Oh, yeah? They would have liked that?
They would have liked that.
Yeah.
You guys can come back. We'd love to have you. You're living in Dallas area now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We got to hit a break. I appreciate you coming over. Congratulations, man. I'm so happy for you. And I'm excited to see you tonight, and I can't wait to hear your speech. And I'm not a speechwriter, but I will say I would definitely work in the Patrick Willis story tonight if you can.
Yes.
Because that's a good one. You got me
that's
there.
awesome.
I about started crying again, but for a different reason.
Yeah.
That was good stuff. Felix, man, I'm happy for you. Congrats.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Felix Jones, an all-time
Alrighty.
great. See him tonight. Christian, let's do a quick entertainment report, and then we'll get to our break, Champs and Chumps, and the Zone Rewind coming up in a bit.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
Update here, little Zone FU Weezer bassist Scott Schreiner's wife, the one that got in trouble, is in the news again. A little update here. She's been released on $1 million bond after allegedly firing a single shot and being charged with attempted murder. I'm telling you, Christian, this one's going to be very interesting. Again, I'm not going to question the LAPD yet. However, it is a weird deal that she would come out of her house. Apparently there was a suspect on the run near her house. Cops show up, tell her to drop the gun. They said she fired a shot, then they shot her. She goes to jail after she was treated. She's out on bond. It is a weird situation, though. Why she would not drop her gun with the cops in the vicinity, or why she fired a shot with the police officers there, both don't make sense. It is a weird deal.
Goes from misunderstanding to innocent to seemingly criminal.
Yes, it's a weird deal. What a turn of events on a midweek afternoon. It's really a weird deal. Anyway, apparently Weezer, for those of you who are going to see them at Coachella, they're still going to play their show. So that is still on, apparently, according to a report that I read this morning, if you care. But anyway, it's a whole weird story. It really is. I got a couple others that would fall under the what the hell. Oh, one last thing here. Bill Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, is hoping to add a new title to her resume, and isn't Mrs. Belichick, although she may end up that way at some point. The 24-year-old is in the Miss Maine USA competition, representing her hometown of Hancock. I'm not saying it. Anyway.
Is there an age limit on that? I'm sure Justin or DJ's more familiar with this.
Ebony, is there an age limit on pageants? Bill Belichick's girlfriend's 24. She's running for Miss Maine in the USA system. No age limit in USA. They're hacks, she said. Okay. She didn't say that. I'm just kidding. But there is no age limit. She did say that. All right, let's do birthdays quick, and then we'll get to our break. We've actually done a great job of staying on time today. I'm so proud of us with all the things going on today. It has been awesome. That's fun stuff.
We wanted to go for pride here, or just give...
Yeah, let's just do it quick if you want. That's fine.
Birthday trivia in the zone is brought to you by Brewski's Pub and Grub. Your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night. With locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Come get your grub on.
That dude had me cackling.
If you were watching on the stream, even better.
Oh, when he laid backwards, he's got to tell that story tonight. That is hilarious. Yeah, Clint Sterner got me crying in my feels early, and Felix got me crying laughing over here. What a good way to end it. On this date in 1965, Jack Nicklaus won the Masters, the 29th edition of it, shot a 271. In 2004, on this day, Phil Mickelson's agonizing pursuit of a major ended at the Masters, made an 18-foot birdie on the final hole for a spectacular second nine duel with Ernie Els. He wins it to put that to bed. And on this day in 2008, a little rewind from earlier today, Missouri's Jacob Preday set a Big 12 conference record. He hit 4 home runs against Texas in a 31-12 rout.
How many at-bats?
5 for 5. 4 home runs. What a day.
Hitting dingers.
Bro, would you rather hit for the cycle or 4 home runs?
4 home runs, right?
I think so. But the cycle's cool.
Yeah.
The 4 home run's amazing. Anyway, he was 5 for 5, but he scored 6 times.
Didn't the guy for the Cubs do that? Am I making that up?
The cycle?
No, 4 home runs in one game.
I don't remember that.
I know it was. I know they were wearing blue. I just don't remember what team
Dodgers,
it was.
I believe.
Probably. There was a Cardinal several years ago when I was in college that did it. I can't remember his name. Mark something. Hit 4 home runs in a game, I believe. All right, boys, here we go. This gentleman is celebrating a birthday today. I know Joe Klein knows his name because he's a former Kansas City Royal pitcher. He is the youngest American League pitcher. This is something you should know.
Zach Greinke.
Put this in your brain. Youngest American League, that's a good guess, though. American League pitcher ever to win the Cy Young Award. Youngest American League pitcher ever to win the Cy Young. The youngest pitcher ever to do it is Dwight Gooden. Second youngest ever, Fernando Valenzuela. No, this is a long time ago.
Oh, is it
Fernando
Saberhagen
Valenzuela.
then?
It's Brett Saberhagen. Christian, very good, Mr. History. He led the league in wins and earned run average in 1989 and threw a no-hitter in 1991. Great pitcher. Brett Saberhagen has how old, Christian?
He is 57 today.
No.
58.
61. He's the only guy of note today. Although I do want to wish a happy birthday to Kevin Crass, who's a local celeb. Has worked for a long time on the War Memorial Stadium Commission and a darn fine attorney at that. And a good man. Also, my buddy Randy Dixon, but he's not listening. He lives in Northwest Arkansas, former KATV news director, who helped hire me to Arkansas. But DJ, we would have never met if not for Randy Dixon and Bob
Appreciate
Steele.
you, Randy and Bob.
Steele. Yeah. Okay, I got a couple for tomorrow, though. This guy's an actor who is in the third Godfather, not the second or the first.
Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia is correct. He was also in Ocean's 11. He was the wronged casino owner.
Oh, I'm watching a new show. I'll tell you about it.
How old's Andy Garcia?
He is 81.
No.
66.
69.
Ooh, nice.
This guy's a singer who is a country singer, married a Christian singer, and now sings for a rock and roll band. Vince Gill is exactly right. How old?
Vince, it's my guess. I'll go ahead. Vince Gill is 63 today.
Nope.
66.
68. This guy's a longtime host who
Jimmy
just
Fallon.
couldn't give up the ghost. He still doing it, but now he's doing it streaming only as
Skip Bayless?
Interview host.
David
Letterman?
David Letterman.
Long beard guy.
How old is Beard Guy? How old is Beard Guy from Indiana?
David Letterman is 72.
No.
78.
Yes, he's 78. Bingo bango.
Oh.
It's over. Stop the fight. It's also Ed O'Neill's birthday today. He's 79. Nice. Can you believe that?
Ed O'Neill.
I don't know if I would think he was older or younger.
I would have thought late 60s. 79 seems way old.
He looked pretty old on Modern Family.
I don't know.
That was a while ago.
I don't know.
Is that Ted Bundy?
Yeah.
Ed
Bundy, no. Al Bundy.
Al Bundy.
Ted Bundy's, I don't know how old he is. I think he's dead already.
Yeah.
I think they went ahead and they gave him the needle. But all right, let's go to break. We'll come back and do you have anything you need to talk about?
Yeah, distracted driving. Serious issue. I know a lot of people are probably going to come down here for the Arkansas Hall of Fame, as you should. But on your way down here, make sure you pay attention, on the roads. That's what it's all about. A lot of cops are out, and this is the thing. They don't want to give you a ticket. They really don't, even though sometimes it seems like they do. But it's all about making sure you stay aware while you're out on the road. In a span of 10 years, 32,000 Americans lost their lives due to distracted driving. So this is serious. So please, I know sometimes you hear that ding and you feel like you just have to check it. As we continue to say, if it is that important, then just pull over, check it then. Just wait till you get home, if not. And all about being safe on the roads, because that one split-second decision could impact your life and a lot of lives around you. Like I said, my friends are out there not trying to make your day worse, but they're just trying to keep you and others safe out on the road. So please, put those phones down. Don't be distracted while driving. A message from our friends at the Arkansas State Police.
Be sure and tune in each week when Bree Ellis joins Morning Mayhem, brought to you by the F.L. Davis family of Ace Hardware stores. Ace is a place for all of your hardware needs.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas baseball starts their road series against number 7 Georgia tonight. Yesterday, Coach Dave Van Horn met with the media and talked about the challenges Georgia presents.
Home runs are good. Home runs score runs quick, Solo home runs most of the time won't beat you. 2 and 3 run homers will get you, and they've hit a lot of them. So, like I said, no lead is safe when you're playing Georgia, and especially at Georgia. They seem to almost be unbeatable there. So it'll be a big challenge for us, and we know it.
Game 1 is tonight at 5. Game 2 will be tomorrow at 3, and then Game 3 will be at noon on Sunday. Coverage of all 3 games can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Tickets are on sale now for the 21st annual Double B's Barbecue, Saturday, May 10th at the downtown Riverside RV Park in North Little Rock, and is brought to you in part by Lion Legal, Oaklawn Sports, Bud Light, Gravely Mowers, and Sport Clips. It's the 21st annual Double B's Barbecue coming up May 10th. Get your tickets now at buzzbq.com.
Are you someone who tries to drive while distracted by your phone? Someone who props it up on the steering wheel or peeks down at it for a glance? Or just scrolls and scrolls? If so, you could be the next person to get into a fender bender, get a ticket, veer off the road, or even cause a crash that kills you or someone else. Enough with the phones already. Put them down and pay attention, or pay the price.
Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
The king of Arkansas sports talk, Randy Rainwater for Bet Saracen.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hey Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey. Check out the new location of Bell & Sword in Conway. Suits, shirts, vests, also polos with Arkansas logo gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. A store within a store with Arkansas-made Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. Fantastic service with a tailor on staff to fit you perfectly. Go to the new location, Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street, Conway, or on Facebook and Instagram.
Kidney stone pain can't wait, so neither should you. At Arkansas Urology, our kidney stone hotline, 844-NO-STONE, is here to provide fast, expert care when you need it most. Don't suffer through the pain. Call 844-NO-STONE from 8 to 3 p.m. today to get relief. Arkansas Urology, fast, effective, expert kidney stone care. We are urology care for Arkansas.
The Zone in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio is back. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, let's see what Justin Acri and DJ Williams have to say on the Buzz Radio Network.
If you missed Felix Jones, you should go back to the podcast and listen to it. He told us a hilarious story. He talked about how his kids don't give him the respect he deserves, and he swore on the air. So, I mean, pretty much a perfect interview in my book.
Yeah.
This segment's brought to you in part by our friends at Gwatney Chevrolet. Yes? Oh, I thought you had something you had to offer. Gwatney's paying the sales tax on every Gwatney Guarantee pre-owned vehicle that they've got on the lot. And you can see their entire selection at GwatneyChevrolet.com. It's going to be awesome. When you're looking for a new car, you know where to go. Each Gwatney Guarantee vehicle passes a 172-point inspection and comes with a 3-month, 3,000-mile limited warranty. You're not going to find that most places. And remaining 24 Silverados and Tahoes, the big ones, big truck and big SUV, are starting at $57,990. Folks, that's a deal and a half. I know, sounds like a nice chunk of cheese, and it is. And if you're going to spend your hard-earned money, you might as well get the best deal you can. You're going to get it at Gwatney Chevrolet. So they'll take care of you on your trade, let you go multiple months without making a single payment. And you know spring savings are underway right now. Out in Jacksonville, get out with the James Street exit and go visit our friends at Gwatney Chevrolet.
Champs and Chumps is brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders. With indoor and outdoor seating, Washita Bar and Grill provides a family-friendly environment with mouth-watering food. BKC Home Builders is the premier home builder in Hot Springs, providing custom home build and remodels, both big and small. For more info, go to bkchomebuilders.com.
You're darn right you should. And we just saw the owners of that fine establishment. We will probably be hanging out there tonight, catching some live music. And I want to.
Ooh, perfect night.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Oh, yeah, it's so perfect. I'm so excited about it. Here we go. I got to look inside the little. Man, my mouse is tripping.
Uh-oh.
My chump this week is Jordan Hudson. We were just talking about her. She is doing too much. I mean, What an attention hoe. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Is that Bill's girl?
Yes, it's so stupid. Now she's running for Miss Maine She's competing for Miss Maine.
Wait, she's actually in the
pageant,
competition?
dude. She's 24 years old, and she's in the pageant. It's a joke. Anyway, you can do what you want with your life, but I would rather do it for you. I'm here to help. You're doing too much. And, I mean, some of these social media posts, Ebony just showed us they're doing yoga on social. I mean, he's like propping her up, and it is ridiculous. She's dressed up as a mermaid on a dock. I mean, you guys are clowns. I mean, you're letting, look, women are undefeated. When they got a hold of you, you'll do just about anything. But Bill Belichick needs some sense talking.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to be he has to be telling himself, like, what am I doing, right?
Yeah.
He's a smart man.
Idiot. Tonight, Casey Keys and Rocky Garza over at Washita Bar and Grill 7 to 10. They got music all weekend long. And they got a Sunday fun day, of course, starting in the morning. And they've got that brunch from 11 to 3. So lots of fun stuff happening at Washita Bar and Grill. My champ this week is I'm going to go with all the Hall of Famers, man. I really enjoyed having them all on today. I'm excited about the banquet tonight. There's a few more people going in we didn't get a chance to have on the show, but it was a blast having them on. And I can't wait to hear them make their speeches. There will be some tears shed tonight. So whether you call me a champ or a chump, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I can't wait for it.
I got a champ because we kind of talk about it, but Justin, I've been going down the rabbit hole on YouTube watching Shambo just rip him.
Oh, DeChambeau?
Oh, DeChambeau, yeah. He's my champ. I love he looks like he's wound up even when he putts.
Yes.
It's unreal. So it's pretty fun watching him play, getting me into somewhat being a fan of golf. And I'll stick with golf.
You know, real quick on that, he's kind of like John Daly to me, though, because the thing about Daly, everybody talks about the long drives, and he does mash. But the dude has incredibly good hands and is really good with his short game, too. And that's probably don't get enough paid attention to. I mean, you can only drive it so good, and that's all. If that's all you can do, you ain't going to make it. And this dude's in the top 5 on the leaderboard at the Masters because he's got a pretty dang good short game, too.
I got my chump, Nick Dunlap. One of the worst first rounds in Masters history. 18 over par in the opening round.
I looked through his scorecard. It was so awful.
Brutal.
For Nick Dunlap.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
Tilt in.
The rest of the league or the rest of the field Dunlapped Nick. I can tell you that right now.
Has he got that thing that you don't like to say, Justin?
What's that?
Shh. The S word?
The S word, maybe. Here's the thing. What I tell you yesterday. You can what on day one, but you can't.
You can lose the Masters, but you can't win it.
That's right.
So he lost it.
He sure did. But guess what? Today he can just go out and relax and enjoy a day at Augusta because he ain't winning squat and he ain't making the cut.
Yeah.
My champ is the NBA playoff race that we're getting in the NBA looks really fun. Also, John Morant's new celebration. I don't know if you've seen this.
Hand grenade, baby.
It is hilarious.
He needs to drive a tank next.
It is hilarious. Yeah, I don't know what he can do next, but maybe set dynamite and then step back, lay the wire out, and then step back and set it off. I don't know. It's hilarious, though. I love it.
Oh, man.
Also, Bobby Portis came back from suspension on Tuesday. So
there we go.
My chump, Shaq. And this is part of the Zone Rewind, but...
Go ahead, play it.
Okay. I'll step on the Zone Rewind a little bit.
No, that's fine.
It's a byproduct of the change in the physicality of the game, too.
Definitely. Okay. Less physical. Right now, you get a flagrant foul, you get fined, suspended. Like, guys ain't even fouling hard no more. Back before I played, it was crazy. But when I played, it was crazy. But even before, like the 80s going to 90s, it was probably more physical then. But, people get mad. It's just a product of what I see. I've seen what greatness is. Been there, played with them. I don't see that all the time over here. So you want me to give these the same props I'm giving them? That shit will never happen. So you can call it hate if you want. But even with the word hate, like these kids that like to throw that word around. You ain't great and I'm great. How the fuck can I hate on you? That don't make no sense. I'm in the building. You're not in the building. So how the fuck can I hate on you? People say Charles and I, we're ruining the game talking about the product. Because the product is shit. Fuck, show me greatness. Like, y'all pay a lot of money for these shoes. And I want to see be great. And I'm going to always stay on them and motivate them to be great. They can call it hate I want, but I think these out just because they're making $400 million. A lot of these can't play, and they know it. In any era, they can't play. I'm just saying. Pick and roll, one-on-one. Can't play, dog. Joker can play. Giannis can play. Dame, a couple of these guys can play, but a lot of these can't play.
I don't really understand the take. The beginning of it got cut off a little bit, but he was saying LeBron James's longevity is due to him playing in a weak, quote unquote, era of basketball. Does he realize that he played in LeBron James when LeBron James played? Yeah. Does he realize that?
Yeah.
And also, I love basketball. I love today's basketball. During the off season, I will go back and I will watch old games on YouTube of the 80s and 90s. I think a lot of the problems that we have with quote-unquote problems people have with today's basketball are perpetrated by the NBA media that they watch inside the NBA, ESPN. They talk about, well, back in my day, we'd do this, and it's like it's not your day anymore. It's not your day anymore. The game's changed.
Listen,
it's changed.
Football is completely different from 30 years ago too, and Coach Knight talked about it earlier. Said it's the safest it's ever been. It's true. Because they protect the players in a way they didn't used to.
There's a way you can talk. You can relate to the players today while also talking about what you did back in the day.
Yeah.
But the way that they do it is not productive.
How about we celebrate the fact that the players are more skilled today than they've ever been?
Yeah, like I don't understand his take that these guys today can't play. It's like the league is deeper now than it ever has been.
What he's saying is
across the board.
What he's saying today is guys can't foul hard without getting fined. Okay. Are we really missing that part of the game that bad? Yeah. Do I need to see a guy get killed on a drive to the basket to enjoy basketball? I don't. I appreciate the fact that they shoot it better than they ever have. They pass it better than they ever have. And you know what? Guys still defend pretty dang well, too, when it counts.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's harder to play defense now with this.
Of course.
Like, I think I saw a...
People want offense. They don't care.
I think I saw a study that players have to guard 40% more of the court than they did in the 90s just because it's so spaced out.
Yeah.
Why don't you see this in football at all? Because in the NFL, whenever you hear old heads talk about the new guys, all of them say, "Whoa, oh man, this dude's special. Yeah. I don't know how he can do that." They pay homage to their era, but then they also are just like, these guys are so much bigger, stronger, faster now. It's impressive. You don't ever really hear them say these guys are soft nowadays. They show them love.
Well, it's different. Unfortunately, Shaq is like. He's one of the most insincere legends that we have, or what word am I looking for? He's not comfortable with himself, it would appear. It seems like he always has to hate.
Call him a little insecure?
Yes, he's insecure.
Whoa.
Big guy.
Easy. I don't bad take, alert. I don't agree with that.
Why are you saying that?
Because anytime somebody new comes up and people are talking about, he's a really good player, he's like, he sucks, he couldn't play in the 90s. He couldn't play when I played.
People don't play the way that Shaq played anymore either.
Yeah, I know.
Or Joe Klein. I mean, you don't see back to the basket much anymore.
Shaq would get his today, and I hate comparing eras and stuff like that. But Shaq would absolutely get cooked on defense now. It just is what it is. He couldn't guard the perimeter.
No, he can't guard the perimeter, but he would also be helpful around the basket.
He would. He would be a great player.
Okay, let's hit the break, and as we do, I got a couple of D3 auto sales text offerings here. You guys have been on it today. I appreciate it. We've been busy, and I really appreciate you sending it in. And we always try to get to the calls and the stuff that we can when we can. But while I was listening to Jones' interview, I pulled up some YouTube videos of highlights of him, and you don't know you're old until the film. Looks like it was recorded in the 80s. Just like Felix Jones flies, so does time. No doubt, JW.
You got to JW, you got to click the setting and from 480 put it up to 1080p.
Okay.
That'll help you out.
Talking about basketball, Christian, what happened to Double Tech, a podcast UNHB do every week? How come you're not making new episodes?
Yeah, we just decided at the beginning of the season that we didn't want to do it anymore.
We need a sponsor for that because I like it too. But
we did it for 4 years, and I mean, I enjoyed doing it. I love talking about basketball, and I could have talked about what we just did for an hour, but we didn't get anything for it, and both him and me are more busy now than we were back then. So.
You guys screwed up and had kids. Nice job. Kudos to y'all for having Felix Jones on the show. The reason I became a Razorback fan for life. Woo Pig Suey. Listen, my pleasure. Who would win in a foot race, Felix or D-Mac? Didn't ask him that.
Probably Darren.
I think Darren over 100 or 200, but maybe in a 60, Felix have a good shot.
Be close.
Did DJ eat all the bread pudding yesterday? You're damn right he did.
No, I had like 4 bites.
All I heard was Mr. Williams, and you went off the air. Yeah, I was pissed.
That was funny.
Yeah, I wasn't very happy. Do you know what the Racing Festival of the South was at Oaklawn? Do you know what the Racing Festival of the South was? What do you mean?
It was the Derby.
Well, it leads up to it. Like, it used to be more...
Like all the races?
Yeah, they used to celebrate, because it was like a whole... It was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They called it that. Justin, this Razorback fan, loves Clint Sterner because he beat the Shorthorns in the Cotton Bowl. Congrats, Clint. Hog freaking wild. No doubt. No doubt. Zach says, well-deserved. Clint, not only a great player but a great human. Had a business opportunity with him several years back. Came to Little Rock to have dinner with him. Classy guy. He is that. Mama raised him right. There ain't no doubt. So happy for 14 and his family. So deserved. He might be a Texan, but he's all hog to me. That's the thing. There ain't too many people.
I forget he's from there.
I know it. So 12:48, Zone Rewind after the break. Shaq is not going to be in it anymore because Shaq is dead to us.
At Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville, we're making your next vehicle more affordable than ever. We're paying the sales tax on every Gwatney Guarantee pre-owned vehicle. Each one passes a 172-point inspection and comes with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty, giving you peace of mind at no extra cost. And don't wait on our remaining 2024 models, including Silverados and Tahoes, starting at just $57,990. When the lot clears, the savings disappear. Come see us at Gwatney Chevrolet, 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Roger Scott here. You guys know how much I love the great outdoors. I mean, I am the naked gardener after all, and there's nothing that I love more than my very own lawn and being outside. But let's be honest, when the mosquitoes attack, it can be a real buzzkill. However, a monthly mosquito barrier from my friends at Sanders Ground Essentials can keep those skeeters away, which keeps my deck party going. Call them today at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Sanders Ground Essentials. Let's get growing.
Look, there's feelings, and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is, you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business. And that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's RAMP.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, if it doesn't involve fast horses, daily doubles, high fives, and corned beef sandwiches, you may be doing it wrong. Every weekend through May 3rd, Oaklawn has live thoroughbred racing. Whether your Oaklawn is cheering from the home stretch, dining in the Bugler restaurant, or raising a glass at the First Turn bar, your race day is whatever you want it to be. Make reservations today at Oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agents Caleb Green or Brian Kress in North Little Rock today.
The Zone is back. You know what's better than listening to Justin Acri and DJ Williams? Watching them on our live stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Now, let's get back into the show.
I don't need a golden ticket to be part of the club, 'cause I'm already in it. Anywhere I land, I'll stick it. Maybe it's a dream, but for me, I live it. Keep my head high and get mine. You ain't gonna hold me down, so don't try. Give me no mind, ain't gonna find. I'll be sneaking up on you in no time. Please, 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 underestimate me.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Maggie Rose. Hey, if you're looking for dinner tonight, or maybe a little happy hour cocktail, or if you're just like, screw work, I'm going out now, Fried Chicken Friday at Cash, DJ. We love it.
It's Friday, yeah, Friday.
It is Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. Got to get down on Friday. You're going to hear Rebecca Black at some point today. Anyway, who's she going out on tour with?
Rebecca Black?
Yeah, she's on tour with
Yeah,
somebody.
she's like an EDM sort of artist now, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or dance. She's doing something.
She switched teams, or maybe she was always on the other team.
What kind of
Yeah,
team?
maybe she was
She
always
likes
on that
women.
team. We just didn't know.
Yeah, but she, because when we first met her, she was like 12, so we didn't know what team she was on. But she's like opening for a big artist, like an Alanis Morissette or somebody.
Ooh.
Or no, Katy Perry. Katy Perry, that's who it is.
Okay.
They did a couple of funny promo videos. Anyway, she
How
kissed
is
a
that
girl and
not
she
in the
liked
system?
it. What, Friday? I don't know. Maybe in segs. I don't know if it was ever put in songs. It's not really a song.
I mean, it is
Trash.
a song.
It is kind of a bad one. Anyway, this segment brought to you in part by our friends at Cash. Again, for special events, for lunch, for dinner, you know the place. Free valet parking, and they will be happy to receive you. Do not sleep on these specials. They are, in fact, special. In fact, restaurants do that all the time. Oh, our specials today. They ain't special. These are special. The best meal I've ever had there was a special. But the menu items you're going to find there are great. Ebony will tell you that the scallops are spectacular. DJ will tell you how great the fillets are. And I will tell you how great all the fish and other options are. And we all love the appetizers. Don't sleep on the pork belly. It's amazing. And why would you sleep on pork belly anyway? That's a weird thing to do. All right. It is great. It is delicious. It is Cash in downtown Little Rock. Eric says, what's the name of that chick singing when you all came back? It slaps.
Maggie Rose?
Maggie freaking Rose. She's incredible. Although right now she's slow motion because she's real preggers.
Oh, yeah?
But she'll be back out after it soon. She's excellent.
Who the daddy?
Her hubby.
Okay.
They've been married for quite a while. He goes on tour with her. He helps run the merch.
Who that Peppy?
All right, let's get to it. Rewind it.
Now it's time to look back. It's the best interview and show moments of the week. It's the Zone Rewind.
All right, we talked a lot of music this week, and DJ Williams knows when it comes to duos, he's got a favorite. This guy is one half of a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame duet.
AC.
Time out. What's AC? You mean one half of DC, AC/DC?
Yeah. Is that not a saying? Isn't that how that works?
Nope, sure isn't. The fact that you're looking at me with a serious face right now is freaking me out. That's one of my favorite DJ moments of all time. I love you. Hilarious. Let's see what else we got. Jordan Wicks joined us. He's going to be on every week, thanks to our friends at Crane Buick GMC up in Conway. The Crane team. They got, they're the, what do we call it? They call it, they're like the GMC
Team
Giant.
Giant.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Team Giant, yep. Anyway, appreciate them, and he's going to be fun. I think I got it worked out. I'm going to go up and see him over Memorial Day and do the show up there with them for a couple days, him and Connor Nolan.
Okay.
Anyway, he talked about living in the minors. It's a little different deal. He's on the Cubs 40 man, which for him is not a great thing because he has to take care of his own living arrangements.
It's pretty interesting. So when you're on the 40 man and you're a guy that, potentially goes up and down. So minor league guys that aren't on the 40 man, the club takes care of their housing. So they have like place to live and stuff like that. If you are on the 40 man, you are in charge of your own housing. But I don't really get a spot full time when we're on the road. So what I'll do is when we go back for a week, if you play normally week on the road, week at home, week on the road, I'll get a Airbnb for the week, and then just kind of move out of it when we go on the road. There's a lot of moving around. I have a primary suitcase that is what I take on the road, what I wear most days, and stuff like that. The truck is loaded up with, we don't need kind of on a daily basis.
All right.
Am I misunderstanding that? Is he staying at an Airbnb when he's in Des Moines?
Yes. So he rents an Airbnb for a week when
That's
they're there.
wild.
And then when he goes on the road, he doesn't pay for anything. He just packs up his suitcase and goes on the road with the team. And then when he gets back in town, or
That
I
seems
guess
like
on his way home,
such
it
a
would
headache.
suck. Well, I guess the goal is don't be in Des Moines very long. His
That's true.
goal is to move on up to Chicago soon.
Let's go ahead and not do the Kevin Harlan clip, and we can get Wes in here.
Dang it, I really wanted to hear that.
Yeah,
I
it is a
guess.
good one.
Well, listen, Wes better be good then, because this Kevin Harlan clip's great. So Wes better be interesting today. Wes, we've not kept up with the Masters very much because we talked about Hall of Fame all day. It was great to have the Hall of Famers on. I don't know if you heard Felix Jones. He was hilarious. But Justin Rose still in the lead by a single stroke now. Bryson DeChambeau, 4 under today, and he's in second at 7 under par.
Yeah, and McElroy just caught fire. He birdied 10 and 11. Those are par holes, and he hit it tight and then got up and down on 12, got a little lucky on the par 3, and just eagled 13.
Wow.
So he is 5 under for the day, 5 5 under for the tournament, but he's made a big move also this morning. But
Let's go, Rory.
Yeah, it's been fun. It looks like Justin Rose is on 18. He may bogey 18. He hit it left of the green. It's a tough up and down.
He bogeyed it yesterday. His only bogey of the day.
That's right. And today he hit a great drive, but then his second shot was terrible.
Oh.
Yep. Coming up on the show today, we'll talk about Oaklawn. Mark the Magician will join us here in about 30 minutes with a couple of picks. We got Steve Sullivan coming in, Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen, and Brian Edwards going to talk about the UFC fight, Bryce Mitchell, all that. Yeah, we'll catch up with him in 3:05.
Awesome. I'm going to refrain from commenting. Thank you, Oaklawn. Come see us.
The GM Giant, Crane Buick GMC in Conway is your #1 source for high-quality Buicks and GMCs. Shop Sierras, Yukons,